Good evening and welcome to Yellow Jacket Stadium. I'm Alex Boyer with Jacket Nation Sports. Alongside me is my color commentator for the night, Garrett Brown, as we bring you guys an undefeated state-ranked matchup as the Lebanon Yellow Jackets play host to the Bolivar Liberators. Both teams coming into this matchup with a 3-0 record, as the Yellow Jackets have defeated the Parkview Vikings in Week 1, Hillcrest Hornets in Week 2, and then last week in South Springfield, the Yellow Jackets went on the road and defeated the Kickapoo Chiefs by a score of 34-0. Bolivar, on the other hand, has a 42-38 win against West Plains in their season opener, a 35-0 win against Rolla, and last week a 48-0 shutout against the Parkview Vikings. So, Garrett, I appreciate you filling in for Mike Flanders, and it's great to have you on the stream.
Absolutely. Happy to be here, Alex. Happy to fill in for Mike. Hoping he has a good time in Florida and safe travels, and looking forward to a good matchup tonight.
Yeah, he's been texting me nonstop today. He's a worry guy, and he's just making sure that everything's good with the stream. So, Mike, we will take it from here as a statement will be made in the Ozark Conference tonight. Winner takes over sole possession of the Ozark Conference. Coming into this matchup, Lebanon averaging nearly 49 points per game, with the Yellow Jacket defense that's been just absolutely stifling these first 3 weeks of the season, giving up just 2.3 points per game. The Liberators averaging 41.7 points on offense and allowing nearly 13 points on defense. So should be a fun matchup. Obviously, both coaches well known around the area, and should be a fun game.
And familiar with each other.
Yeah, that's what Will Christian told us in the post-game interview last week, that him and Jamie LaSalle have coached many years ago, and so looking forward to a reunion between these two teams as the Junior Jacket Cheer Squad gets ready to take the field. We will have more of our pregame show when we come back. We'll see the LHS Dream Team and the LHS Marching Band perform the national anthem, and then come back and bring you guys some more pregame. But you're listening to Jacket Nation Sports on YouTube, and we're about ready for Week 4 of the high school football season.
Fans now joining the marching Yellow Jackets tonight is the Lebanon Middle School 8th grade band. Please welcome these future LHS musicians to the field as they perform the LHS fight song.
Back at Jacket Stadium as we are approaching just under 13 minutes until first kick tonight. And as we mentioned earlier, the Liberators come in as the number 8 ranked team in Class 4, while the Yellow Jackets see themselves their highest standings of the year in the Class 5 rankings at number 7 as the Liberators get set to take the field. Some good pregame activities have happened so far tonight. Some junior Jacket cheerleaders and The Lebanon Middle School Marching Band joined the Lebanon High School Marching Band out on the field to play the Lebanon High School fight song. We will now go to our Missouri Cooperage Week 3 Player of the Week interview with senior Cannon Roark. Obviously, Roark, a big performance last week with a pick 6 for the Yellow Jackets on Kickapoo's first offensive drive of the game. Later caught a 47-yard pass from Hoyt Honey, touchdown-saving tackle as well. So a big game from Cannon Roark. We were able to catch up with him yesterday to talk about his performance and what we might expect to see from the Liberators tonight. Here live on the Jacket Nation Sports pregame show, I'm joined with the Missouri Cooperage Week 3 Player of the Week, senior Cannon Roark, a wide receiver and a starting cornerback for the Yellow Jackets. Cannon, thanks for coming on the show.
I appreciate you having me.
Let's talk about that interception. You guys just stalled out on offense and then leaving the defense in a tough situation, but you go out there and get a pick 6 on the first play. So just kind of talk me through the interception, how that felt to kind of get the night going with that.
All right. Well, I knew the short passes were going to be coming, and we watched offensive film 2 times that week, and I think the first game they threw the pop first play. So I had an idea, and I don't know.
So it was the pop route the first play,
Yeah.
and you just kind of...
I was kind of expecting it.
So you
and
just
then
let
it
the
came.
instincts kick over, and then you just jump the route. So
Yeah.
big play to start the game. But I know wrestling has been a big part of your life. Obviously, football season, but wrestling is kind of your main sport. A third-place finisher your freshman year. Your junior year, you get a state runner-up and lose to a phenomenal wrestler in the state championship. But how does wrestling help you on the football field? What can you take on the wrestling mat that helps you on the football field?
Yeah, it definitely does help. It helps me with my feet, like just more explosive. It's made me quicker. It's honestly just made me more athletic of a person.
Your defense has had a lot of success this year through the first 3 weeks. Obviously, a lot of weeks left to play this season. But what's made your defense different than the ones you've been a part of in years past?
I mean, our defense is. I couldn't tell you a spot that there isn't like a phenomenal player, and all of us have known each other all our life. We're just playing like as hard as we can, like brothers. I don't know how to explain it.
It's just different.
It's just different.
What's a better feeling for you, making a big play on offense or making a big play on defense? I know that catch that you had from Hoyt Honey last week, that's always a fun play to make, but then you have the pick 6.
I mean, they both definitely get me hyped, but I would have to say offense because I don't know. I like catching it and making touchdowns.
No doubt about it. And then you're going to face another talented team Friday night here at Jacket Stadium. Bolivar coming to town. So what are you guys expecting from the Liberators, and what have you guys been working on in practice this week to prepare for them?
I've been working, honestly, a lot of the same stuff like this a year because they've been just passing it a little and running it a little. But, yeah, they're well coached. We're expecting to come out physical, but we're definitely going to come out more physical.
All right. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to join us. Congratulations on being the Missouri Cooperage Week 3 Player of the Week, and
Thank
good
you.
luck against the Liberators.
Appreciate it.
The team, the team, the team. That is why we are all here tonight. Think of the great moments of excitement and exhilaration that come from a team. But for a team to bring you those moments, everything matters. Every early morning workout matters. Every rep matters. Every block, every tackle, every inch matters. And the only thing that doesn't matter, the individual. Moments are created and shared collectively. Herb Brooks said it best to his 1980 USA hockey team. Gentlemen, the name on the front of the jersey is a whole lot more important than the name on the back. Think of that moment. No one remembers the names, but everyone remembers the moment. They remember the clock ticking down. USA, echoing around the rink. And the final buzzer, victory. The team brings us those moments. And that is why you are here tonight. Tonight, you are searching for that moment. And your role in that moment matters. Every cheer executed, every note played, every third down where you're standing on your feet screaming until your lungs bleed matters. So Jacket Nation, get on your feet. Another step up the mountain takes place tonight. Your moment is waiting for you. Jacket football is here.
Just under 7 minutes until kickoff between two state-ranked teams, two undefeated teams battle it out here tonight at Jacket Stadium. Want to thank Brian Swino with Swino Visuals for putting together that awesome hype video and letting us use that on our stream. Big shout out to Brian Swino with Swino Visuals for that. So, Garrett, we've been waiting all week for Friday night, and obviously looking forward to a fun matchup here tonight.
Yeah, beautiful night for football tonight. Good weather. Shouldn't have any effect on the passing games either way. Bolivar might spread it out a little bit more than Lebanon, but should be a little bit of a clash of styles, but a great state-ranked matchup.
We did see Lebanon take some more shots down the field last week. I think that was just the first 2 weeks they kind of went almost with a vanilla-type game plan and then kind of opened it up against Kickapoo. I think the Chiefs kind of cheated their safeties down a little bit, and you do that, Brian Summer will make you pay 7 days out of the week.
Yeah, he sure did. That long pass to Roark last week really kind of opened things up for the Jacket.
So we will start with our keys to the game tonight as get ready for some Yellow Jacket football here. And our first key to the game is control the trenches. A big factor in Lebanon's victory last week against Kickapoo was their ability to control the trenches on both the offensive and defensive lines. I think the defense for LHS tallied 5 sacks, and they were living in that backfield all night long. So, and then this offensive line led by All-Stater Danon Conrad, who's pictured in our graphic tonight, has just been absolutely dominant through the first 3 weeks. Lebanon with over 1,200 rushing yards already this season. And, but Bolivar does return a lot of experience up front on both sides of the ball. And I think if the Yellow Jackets can just control the line of scrimmage tonight, take care of the football, and be a little bit more gap sound this week. Will Christian talked about that in his pregame show or his postgame show last week, that he kind of thought that the Yellow Jackets got a little bit undisciplined against the Chiefs' rushing attack. So the Yellow Jackets will need to be a little more gap sound, and they'll have no problem here tonight.
Yeah, and for the second key of the game, we're going to coin it Jacks of all trades. Every football team wants to have their own Jack of all trades, and for Lebanon, that's none other than Jax Glendenning, one of the best players in the area. He's a junior fullback, a linebacker. And last week, it was actually Coach Christian in the postgame that coined the phrase "Jacks of all trades."
We need to see what we can do to get that on a T-shirt.
Yeah, those would probably sell out. And if the Yellow Jackets keep winning, they definitely will. But last week, Glendenning had a big game, had 152 yards rushing, a couple touchdowns, and also racked up 11 tackles on the defensive side of the ball. So he's a guy that goes both ways. Look for him to have a big night, and Lebanon will try to keep the Jacks train rolling on a season, and he's put up over 145 yards per game and one of the leading tacklers on a defense that's been really stout thus far.
No doubt about it. And number 3, we're going to use the home field to our advantage tonight. Garrett, as we're sitting up here in the press box getting ready for kickoff, there's hardly any room left to sit in Jacket Stadium. Bolivar fans look like they've traveled well, but there's obviously more black and gold in the stands tonight. So I think this forcing turnovers and getting third down stops that Lebanon's been so good at these first couple weeks of the season, the fans will need to be loud and on their feet tonight to try to get a solid Bolivar offense off the field as often as they can. So
Bolivar's first time hitting the road this year.
Yeah.
First time away from home. So
it'll be an experience for them for sure, and those are our 3 keys to the game, and hopefully you guys enjoyed that. And then let's take a look at the Class 5 District 6 standings entering tonight. We have the Yellow Jackets sitting at top of the standings at a 3-0 record with 49.67 points. Willard in second place with 37.33 points. Republic in third place with a 2-1 record after their loss to Webb City last week, 35.33 points. Glendale in fourth with a 3-1 record. Now I guess I should say they played last night against Hillcrest and defeated them, 33.67 points. Branson 1-2 record, 27.3 points. Central in sixth place, 23 points, and then Parkview rounds us out with an 0-3 record with 17 points. So far, so good for the Yellow Jackets in what should be a really tough district and something to keep an eye on as this season progresses. So we'll send it down to the coin toss, and then obviously want to take time to thank our primary sponsors tonight: Heritage Bank of the Ozarks, Mercy, Hospital Lebanon, Jonesy's Travel Center, Missouri Cooperage, Results Advertising, and Shadle's Colonial Chapel. So a big shout out to our primary sponsors, and we will see the coin toss and then take a quick commercial break before kickoff, and then be right back after this. You're watching Jacket Nation Sports on YouTube. So Bolivar has won the toss and elected to receive the ball, and they'll try to move down the field on this Lebanon defense that's allowing just over 2 points per game. So we'll take a quick commercial break and be right back here at Jacket Stadium for the opening kickoff between Bolivar and Lebanon. You're watching Jacket Nation Sports on YouTube.
At Heritage Bank of the Ozarks, we are committed to our neighbors. Your local dollars are invested in our local communities. With local lenders and local decisions, because at Heritage Bank, we are neighbors serving neighbors.
Rhett Rhodes will be set to kick off for the Yellow Jackets as Trenton Paakey and Gardner Casey are deep to return for the Liberators. And the special teams for the Liberators has been a factor so far through the first 3 weeks in a positive way, with a couple of kick returns for a touchdown, as you see Rhodes kind of pooch one there and throws it back.
Oh, wow.
And it's ball's on the ground. A risky play there from Bolivar, and it doesn't pay off as Weston McKinney and Rudy Zavalos are there to make a tackle after a pitch back about 20 yards. Not a good throw there on the lateral, and Rudy Zavalos and Weston McKinney make a big play for the Yellow Jackets to start the game.
Yeah, I saw Travis Kelsey said the lateral is one of the most underutilized plays in football.
That was
risky business.
Quite the way to start the game between two state-ranked teams here tonight. So we'll see. I mean, if that's any indication of what Jamie LaSalle has up his sleeve tonight, we should be in for a fun game. 1st and 10 Bolivar from the 11-yard line as senior quarterback Drake Durham gets ready to lead the Liberator offense. We'll mention the Bolivar starters here in just a few plays as he takes a snap and throws it out wide to Jason Wilkinson, who's met in the backfield by Drew Bowling. So nice play there by the senior safety to come scorching through the line of scrimmage and make a nice play there on the Liberators.
Yeah, a lot of what we've seen from the Jackets early in the year, just making plays behind the line of scrimmage.
It seems like teams have been trying to test them with short passes, like you said, and just hasn't paid off for them so far. As now 2nd and 13 as Durham gets ready to throw the ball out to a little stop route over there. I think that was Gardner Casey who caught that ball, the junior wide receiver who had almost 200 yards receiving last year. So obviously a big key component in the LaSalle offense. And fans might not remember, but last year the Liberators started off with a flexbone type offense and made the switch over to the spread now with LaSalle. That was Glenn Johnson, who was coaching the Liberators last year. So big third down early here in the game. Snap to Casey, and he hands it off to Trenton Pakey up the middle, and I don't think he got enough there. Nice job there by the Yellow Jacket defensive line to get through there, and I think that was Nick Allen and Griffin Jones who made the stop for Lebanon. So nice job there by two guys who we've called their name a lot so far this season.
Yep. Kept him about 1.5 yards, 2 yards short there. Probably going to see the punt, play it safe on the first possession of the game, but short yardage.
Drake Durham, the quarterback, will also do the punting tonight for the Liberators as Cannon Roark is deep to return for the Yellow Jackets at about the 45-yard line. So 4th down and 1. Maybe see a fake here as Durham punts it away, and Roark will get away from the ball, and Bolivar will down it. Nice little roll there for the Liberators, and the Yellow Jackets will take over on their first possession of the night from about the 38-yard line with 9:57 remaining here in the first quarter. We will take a quick commercial break and be right back here after this. You're watching Jacket Nation Sports on YouTube.
Hey, let me tell you the secret successful businesses already know. It's all about branding. Get recognized and get results. Results advertising, logo's everything you can logo, like apparel, hats, mugs, signs, and banners. Branding your business is what Results Advertising does. Getting your name out there and on anything branding your business. The secret is Results Advertising in Lebanon at resultsadv.com and 417-533-7741.
Back on the Jacket Nation Sports YouTube channel as the refs move the ball up a little bit. Might have been a little extracurricular activity there on the Liberators in Lebanon. We'll start on the Bolivar side of the 50. So Gavin Smith at quarterback for the Yellow Jackets on first down, tries a hard count per usual. Nice job there by the Bolivar defense to not flinch on that. Now Smith with a fake handoff to Jax Glendenning, and he goes up the middle, but nice pursuit there from the Bolivar defense as I believe that was Maddox Naismith on the tackle for the Liberators.
Yeah, Lebanon brought the left side slot back in motion there, bring a little attention to the left side, but ended up running back at where their motion was from, going back at the left side, but nothing doing on the first play.
And it's tough to kind of see these Liberator numbers from the top with the gold numbers on the white uniforms. Whoever thought that would be a good idea. But second down and about 10. Now it's a pitch to Abe Allen on the right side, and he gets a good block there from Dathan Durbin, who Durbin laid that wood on that right side and paved a way for Allen, and nice job there by Bowling as well. First down, Yellow Jackets, our first Farm Bureau first down of the night.
Yeah, great job by the right side of the line there, getting out downfield, blocks on the second level, opening that lane up and getting the first Farm Bureau first down, as you mentioned.
Thomas Howe at left tackle for the Jackets. Colin Alford, the sophomore, gets the start at left guard. Caden Crabtree at center, Danny Conrad at right guard, and Dathan Durbin, the aforementioned player, will start at right tackle as we have a penalty on the play, and I think the Jackets might have moved a little early there. So our official gives us the call here, and he calls false start against Lebanon, so it'll be 1st and 15 now for the Yellow Jackets after a nice run from Abe Allen. First down and 15 as Gavin Smith comes to the line. Drew Bowling, number 14, Abe Allen, number 3, and Jax Glendenning, number 36, in the backfield for the Yellow Jackets. And now Smith turns to his left and hands it off to Glendenning. Nice job there by the Liberators to swallow Glendenning up immediately after about a gain of 1 or 2.
Yeah, and in the pregame, we heard that both teams like to tackle in bunches, kind of swarm the ball, and you saw that there as Jax slipped by the first tackler, but strength in numbers from the Bolivar defense and the second guy to meet him in the hole.
Second down and 13 now for the Yellow Jackets. Might see some sort of play action here as Smith takes the snap and pitches it out to Allen on the right side. So far, Brian Summer must like what he sees on the right side. He's called that pitch to play to, or the toss play to Allen twice now, and both times for good yardage for the Yellow Jackets as it brings up about a 3rd and 6.
Yep.
Ball on the Bolivar 29-yard line.
Yeah, with Coach Zach Miller pregame, you heard that Lebanon they're an offense that thrives on taking what you give them.
Yeah.
They keep the chains moving, and so far so good. Have a little bit of distance here with the 3rd and 6, but we'll see what they come out in.
3rd down and 6. Allen is the man in motion, but it's a read option there. Nice pitch from Smith to Allen on the right side, and Abe Allen scoots his way forward for a Farm Bureau first down. So nice play call there from Summer. Good read from Smith, and a nice pitch to Allen, and nice job by the offensive line as well for a Farm Bureau first down.
Yeah, perfect little triple option there. Faked it to the fullback, had a little pitch to the slot back, and had some good room there. Maybe just about could have broken it for more, but Bolivar makes a tackle on the 2nd level.
Sole possession of the Ozark Conference on the line here tonight at Jacket Stadium as both teams enter the contest at 3-0. Smith calls bowling in motion, and it's a counter play to Abe Allen on the right side, and Allen didn't have much room to work with there and got tackled immediately. Nice job there by the Liberator defense to be aware of that play.
Yeah, Mike's favorite play.
The counter.
Yeah, the counter.
No, he stood up from wherever he's watching. It's on South Beach, and
Yep.
went crazy there on that one as Yellow Jackets get stuffed at the line of scrimmage, and it will be 2nd and long for Lebanon.
Bolivar's kind of running almost a 6-man front, or 5-man front here with 2 wide DNs.
Now it's a handoff to Glendenning up the middle, and we see Jax get his first semi-big carry of the night and moves his way forward for a favorable 3rd down spot for Lebanon.
Yeah, this is right in the wheelhouse of Lebanon's offense. 3rd and 1, 2, 3, really anything under 5. They're comfortable. They've got plenty of plays and can even turn it into a 2-down situation if they keep it short yardage.
More than likely 4-down territory here for the Yellow Jackets as a little hard count there by Gavin Smith, and he gets the new play call by Brian Summer. Smith picks it up on the right side and gets into the end zone. It's been a while since we've seen Gavin Smith break a long run, but nice job there by the senior quarterback to get into the end zone. And ladies and gentlemen, we have our first Riverfront Lebanon High School football touchdown of the night. Riverfront Canoe and Campground was kind enough to be the 2023 Lebanon High School football sponsor for the touchdowns. Been waiting for that sponsorship, and glad to have Riverfront on board as Rhett Rhodes gets ready to attempt the PAT after the Gavin Smith 19-yard score. Rhodes' PAT is straight through the middle of the upright, so it's Lebanon 7, Bolivar 0 with 6:50 remaining in the first quarter. You're watching Jacket Nation Sports on YouTube.
Losing a loved one is painful, but at Shadle's Colonial Chapel, we make the hard times a little easier to bear. With affordable funeral and cremation services, we offer 2 spacious chapels, a full-service banquet area for families to gather, plus the latest technology for honoring your loved one. Our website has everything you need, from pre-arrangements to flowers, even a place to reminisce. Let us help you remember your loved one. Shadle's Colonial Funeral Chapel, the area's most often selected funeral service.
It's a beautiful morning, Scotty, and we have an early game today.
That injured list, it's getting longer by the minute.
Not to mention, there's apparently a nasty virus sweeping through the locker room.
Yeah, but these players, they're in good hands.
All of them need to feel their best this season, Scotty.
Yes, they do, Jack, because this team is on track to win it all this year.
Every day, Mercy's team is ready to take care of yours, bringing you the care you need now. Find out all the ways to access Mercy at mercynow.net.
(7-0) Lebanon after the 19-yard scamper by quarterback Gavin Smith. And talked to Zach Miller on the pregame show, like you mentioned, and we talked a little bit about how Gavin Smith is a guy that is a critic of his own self and is always looking to get better. And nice run there by Gavin football to get into the end zone. And Lebanon strikes first again.
Nothing to criticize there. Beautiful read on a little QB power option to the right. And Lebanon, picture-perfect start for them.
So Paykey and Gardner Casey deep to return again for the Liberators, and hopefully the Liberators have put that lateral play in their back pocket and Won't use that one again as Rhodes gets set to kick off and sends it into the end zone for a touchback. So Bolivar, even if they had a plan up their sleeve, wasn't going to be able to do it as the kickoff from Rhodes sails into the end zone, and Bolivar will take back over on the offensive side of the ball here as we will meet the Bolivar offensive starters now with senior quarterback Drake Durham. Talked about him a little bit earlier. Trenton Pakey, the running back, another senior, and Luke Dill will play the sniffer position, kind of the tight end type position, and fullback for the Liberators. Jason Wilkinson and Gardner Casey, the receivers, along with Evan Nichols. Christian Jenkins, Owen McCullough, Brant Sawyers, Braden Benjamin, and Matthew Santos make up the Liberators offensive line. Now it's a first down handoff to Pakey as he goes up the middle and is stuffed immediately by a swarm of Yellow Jackets. So a lot of hats to the ball there, as Zach Miller likes to say, and Lebanon makes a group effort tackle there to stop Bolivar to about a 1-yard gain on first down.
Yeah, that's one of the strengths of this defense. They always have hats flying to the ball, have plenty of defenders, whether it's behind the line, on the line, they're ready to meet you at the line of scrimmage.
Bolivar 3-0 on the year after wins over West Plains, Rolla, and Parkview the first 3 weeks of the season, as now Durham wants to take off and run down that left side. Nice pursuit there by Griffin Jones to stop Durham from getting much yards there after about a gain of 1 or 2. And we've talked about Griffin Jones' leadership on that Lebanon defensive side of the ball, playing a little bit banged up tonight, but nice job there by Griff to make that play. Leads the team in tackles, by the way, with 19 and 2 sacks, so a big component to that Yellow Jacket defense.
Very active player.
And now it's a pitch play on the right side to Pakey, and he goes nowhere on third down and about 7. And I believe that was Glenn Denning and Griffin Jones again who made the stop along with Bowling. So nice job there by the defense to make another stop. And Garrett, offenses just can't move the ball against Lebanon right now.
Yeah, as you mentioned, barely giving up over 2 points a game, only giving up 1 touchdown on the year, and the defense themselves are averaging 7 points a game.
Yeah, it's a fun stat that Garrett mentioned to me this week, and so the Lebanon defense averaging 7 points a game themselves and only allowing 2 points. So Lebanon defense would be winning games by themselves, as that punt by Durham spins backwards, and Lebanon will start on the Bolivar 48-yard line. We will be right back to Jacket Stadium right after this. You're watching Jacket Nation Sports on YouTube.
Jonesy's Travel Center is located at 2031 West Elm Street in Lebanon. Be sure to be on the lookout for the upcoming Jacket ID promotion that allows student drivers and Lebanon R3 school faculty members to receive a handful of discounts. Jonesy's wishes the Yellow Jackets good luck this year.
First down and 10 for Lebanon, and it's a fake handoff to Glendenning and a pitch to Bowling on the left side. Nice blocking there by Hoyt Honey as Bowling breaks off a tackle and falls forward to about the 22-23-yard line. So good enough for a Farm Bureau first down. And Drew Bowling, a guy that played really well here the last time the Jackets had a game at Jacket Stadium, and just a nice run there by the senior slot back.
Yeah, another perfect read by Gavin Smith there. Had one-on-one on the left side with Hoyt Honey against his corner and held on to the block, and Bowling picked up big yards.
First down and 10, Lebanon. Smith calls his own number and will run on the right side, and it's a foot race as Gavin tries to cut back. Thought he might have had more space if he would have just, there's a flag on the field, but thought he might have had more space if he would have just kept down that right sideline, tried to cut back in, and still got about a gain of 6 there before the penalty.
And I think this flag might be a neutral zone infraction. It looked like Bolivar barely jumped at the line of scrimmage on the D-line. We'll see.
So they might call face mask as on the cutback there from Gavin, but I saw the little jump there by the Bolivar defense as well. So an automatic first down there for Lebanon as Smith on the carry there.
Yeah, you mentioned Gavin's can be his own biggest critic, playing really well so far, but on the sidelines between drives, he grabbed the iPad from Coach Summer, I noticed, and checking out film right away, so not satisfied.
That's the type of guy and type of player Gavin Smith is, wants to be the best he can be, as now a handoff to Glendenning up the middle, and he trucks his way forward to about the 1-yard line. So the yardage that Lebanon needed to pick up a Farm Bureau first down, and nice job there by Glendenning to do so. First down and goal for Lebanon. See what Brian Summerdale's up here. Maybe a handoff to Jax or a quarterback sneak by Gav. And it's the handoff to Glendenning up the middle, and he barrels his way into the end zone for a Riverfront touchdown. So nice job there by Glendenning to a little burst of energy there on the play before, and then finishes the drive off with a 1-yard touchdown. And thank you to Riverfront Campground and Canoe Rental for the touchdown sponsorship. 13-0 Lebanon with 4:22 in the first quarter now, as Rhodes comes on to attempt the PAT, Bowling to hold, and Caden Crabtree doing the long snapping, as the extra point by Brett Rhodes is up and through the middle of the upright. So it's Lebanon 14, Bolivar 0 with 4:22 left in the first quarter. We'll be right back after this.
Hey, my name is Roger. I'm the middle school pastor over here at FBC Lebanon. Are you looking for an environment for your middle schooler or high schooler that is both engaging and fun? At Team FBC students, we offer an experience for 6th through 12th grade that is sure to be the highlight of their week. With 2 separate environments for both middle school and high school, students are able to receive a Jesus-centered message that is specifically catered to where they are at in life. So again, we are Team FBC. We're located at 311 North Madison in Lebanon. We're the church with the castle. Our services begin every single Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. and include music from our student-led band, fun games and activities, and a gospel message. We can't wait to see you this week at Wednesday night at Team FBC Students.
Rhett Rhodes set to kick off for the Yellow Jackets after a nice drive there by Lebanon, ended in a Jax Glendenning touchdown. And now Bolivar having a hard time there on the kickoff, and the runner is called down after a tackle there by Braden Christian on the kickoff. So nice job there by the Lebanon kickoff coverage unit to hold the Liberators to a minimal gain.
Yeah, familiar territory for Lebanon. Another quick start, going about 48 yards on both their drives and getting all the four-headed rushing monster involved early.
Yeah, be interesting to see how Bolivar's offensive game plan changes down early here in the first quarter. First down and 10 as Durham comes off to take the shotgun snap with a running back to his left side. Drops back to pass. Nice job there by the Lebanon pass rush to make him try to escape the pocket, and he throws one downfield for his intended receiver, but just over his head. And that Lebanon pass rush, Garrett, has lived in backfields the first 3 weeks of this season so far.
Yeah, that Lebanon defense has had a lot of tackles for loss, which obviously you got to do when you're only giving up 2.3 points per game, as we mentioned. But I've been impressed that the linebackers, too, they get in there and they really affect the quarterback and get in there and stop run plays.
Second down and 10 after the incomplete pass. It's a fake handoff to Paikey, and now Durham will roll to his left side and find a intended receiver, but nice play there by Drew Bowling to break that pass up. So it looked like the intended receiver there was Jason Wilkinson, but Bowling came through and made a nice hit and forced the ball loose.
Yeah, he really closed quick. When he saw that quarterback roll out left, he kind of sprinted up from his safety position and broke that pass up.
Kason Woods will come off the field for Lebanon as they add an extra linebacker out on the field with Avery Starnes. So third down and 10. Let's see if Lebanon can force another punt here, as Griffin Jones comes off the left side but can't finish the sack, and now Durham rolls to his right, but Jax Glendenning will finish the play off after about a gain of 1 for Drake Durham, and Bolivar will be probably forced to punt this football away again.
It's always so impressive to see Lebanon get that pressure. Griffin Jones couldn't quite finish the sack there, but Jax does clean up the play, only allowing a gain of 1 or 2. And going both ways, man, it's always impressive seeing people make plays on both sides of the ball like that.
Durham will line back to punt the football away. Lebanon with no return man here, playing it safe with just in case the Liberators decide to show some sort of fake. Durham's punt sails, hits about midfield and bounces about 10 yards to the Lebanon 40-yard line. So that's where Lebanon will take over on downs. We'll stick around here as Lebanon's offense comes back out on the field up 14-0, and Lebanon has a chance to make yet another statement in this game. We'll check the chat here as former Lebanon alum and Mizzou baseball alumni Nick Admire chimes in, watching from Kansas City and getting his fill of football at the Blue Springs game while watching the Yellow Jackets. So appreciate Nick Admire for the support. Obviously MIZ, hopefully they can take down the Wildcats tomorrow, a big game brewing in Columbia as well. As Lebanon takes over 1st and 10, and it's a toss play to Bowling on the left side. Nice pull there by Thomas Howe, and blocking downfield by Abe Allen as Bowling scoots his way for a Farm Bureau first down.
Yeah, that left side, Drew Bowling's picked on the left side both times he's rushed the ball so far. Got over 10 yards both times, and Lebanon's kind of, like you mentioned, they're pulling really well, getting linemen downfield and really open up plenty of running lanes so far.
Now that Lebanon's came out strong, I can tell the chat or the stream what I was telling you before the game, where I was talking to Brian Summer, the Lebanon offensive coordinator, and asking him kind of what his game plan was tonight. And he said he wasn't really sure what the Liberators would run on defense, but through 2 possession, it looks like he's liking that outside toss play. As now it's a handoff to Glendenning up the middle for about a gain of, call it 4. So 2nd down and 6 for Lebanon after the run from Jax Glendenning. Nick Allen will come on to the field, and Lebanon will use a double tight end set with Allen and Gunnar Williams. Coming into the game, Gavin Smith was 6 for 11 with 51 yards passing and a passing touchdown. Hoyt Honey with the 43-yard pass last week to Kenan Roark. So Jackets just under 100 yards passing coming into this game. We'll see if they can break that mark tonight as Smith pitches it off to Glendenning on the right side. Nice read there by the Bolivar defense to stay at home. And I think that was number 3, Connor Neal, the junior cornerback who made the tackle for Bolivar.
Yeah, Bolivar had a man there on the quarterback and the running back. Obviously, how you got to defend the option, it stresses assignment football, and they covered the quarterback and running back on that play. So sound assignment there from the Liberators.
3rd down and about 7 for Bolivar. Might see Lebanon's first pass of the night here. As Smith gets the snap and tosses it to Bowling on the left side. Nice. Drew Bowling didn't have the first down initially, but broke off a wimpy Bolivar tackle and paved his way forward for a Farm Bureau first down. So nice job there by Drew Bowling so far early on in the contest. Both sides of the ball, another guy who goes both ways and can be making plays on as a slot back, and then had that nice little pass break up the last defensive possession.
You know, offense and defense really feeds off each other when you got guys going both ways. The units usually give each other momentum, and it's when it's some of the same guys making plays on both sides, you know they have to feed off that.
1st down and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. It's a handoff to Glendenning up the middle, and he breaks a tackle and shakes off another one. Nice little cutback there by Jax to get about a gain of 15 and fall forward for a Farm Bureau first down. So back-to-back Farm Bureau first downs for the Yellow Jackets, and they are about to enter the red zone as we approach 40 seconds left here in the first quarter. Now it's another handoff to Glendenning up the middle, and he lowers his helmet and forces the Bolivar defense to go low on him after about a gain of 9. So 2nd and 1 for Lebanon. And we'll see. It looks like Brian Summers not going to run another play, and the Yellow Jackets will kind of end the first quarter with a high note there as Lebanon 2 offensive possessions, 2 touchdowns, and driving here on their 3rd possession of the night. So it'll be the end of the first quarter, and Lebanon will have a 14-0 lead. And we will be right back after this on Jacket Nation Sports YouTube page.
Pillar Insurance is your locally owned, independent insurance agency, providing business, personal, and farm insurance to the Lebanon community. Call Jason Russell or Gary McClure at 417-532-6050 for your insurance needs. Pillar wishes Lebanon football good luck this season.
This is Steve with Night Auction Service. When things change in life, you have a choice: adapt or get passed by. For Night Auction, that change was going to online auctions. Bid from the convenience of your chair. Marketing is no longer to a couple of counties. It's now nationwide. Crowds are up threefold, equaling better results. Whether buying or selling, check out nightauctionservice.com.
Welcome back to the second quarter as Lebanon leads Bolivar 14-0 in this state-ranked contest. Second down and 1 for Lebanon, and Gavin Smith will pull back and go up the middle there, and I think he just barely got enough for the Farm Bureau first down and puts Lebanon in a goal-to-go situation. So nice job there by Gavin to bully his way forward and pick up the first down.
That's something you always notice with Lebanon runners. They do fall forward.
Which is one of the best traits you can have as a running back. You know, if you don't have the speed, then as long as you're getting yards and falling forward and holding on to the football, that's what matters most in this offense. Now, Smith will give the ball to Glendenning up the middle, and Jax moves his way forward to about the 5-yard line. Appreciate Ramsey Stewart also in the chat watching from home tonight and just eclipsed the 300 viewer mark. So appreciate everybody who's watching at home. Make sure if you haven't already, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our YouTube channel. It goes a long way for us. And obviously our primary sponsors, Mercy Hospital Lebanon, Jonesy's Travel Center, Heritage Bank of the Ozarks, Missouri Cooperage, Shadle's Colonial Chapel, and Results Advertising have made this stream go a long ways in just a short amount of time. As Smith, another quarterback keeper up the middle, and he could have just walked into the end zone. So Gavin football, have a night. 2 touchdowns in the first half so far for the senior captain quarterback, and it's been all Yellow Jackets here, up 20-0 with 11 minutes to play, just under 11 minutes to play in the second quarter.
That Riverfront sponsorship getting a lot of action.
Yeah, another Riverfront touchdown for the Yellow Jackets. So far, putting it to good use. (20-0) Lebanon as Rhett Rhodes' extra point is down the middle. So Lebanon up 21-0, and Bolivar will have to respond quickly as they will need a big comeback here tonight to kind of keep their undefeated season alive. So we'll stick around from at Jacket Stadium as the Yellow Jackets are getting ready to break their huddle on the kickoff, and so far so good for Lebanon as Jake Flanders watching from Iowa. Go Yellow Jackets. Appreciate the love from Iowa City, Jake Flanders.
You know, we mentioned this Bolivar team only gives up 12 points a game thus far on the year, and the Yellow Jackets striking quick and surpassing that 12 points with all rushes so far, but very effective rushes.
Yeah. And last week, Lebanon finished with 276 rushing yards, 333 total yards of offense, and if they keep getting short fields, it will take away from their total yards, but I'm sure Lebanon would trade that for points any day of the week. Bolivar finished last season with a 5-7 record, lost to West Plains in the district championship game as Rhodes Gardner Casey fakes the handoff to Pakey and moves down that left side, but again, the Lebanon kickoff coverage unit doing a good job there, not falling for the fake and making a big tackle.
Yeah, as you mentioned, a little bit of reverse action there, potential for another pitch, but the return man kept it, and Yellow Jackets swarmed him.
That play is still engraved in my mind. That first play where he just chucked it back 20 yards and said, go get it.
I know.
almost could have been a disastrous start there for the Liberators, but Lebanon has been the team to answer the bell so far. 21-0 Yellow Jackets as Durham and the offense gets ready to take another trip out onto the field. Pakey swings out to his right, and he'll throw it out to Pakey, but goes nowhere as Braden Christian and Andrew Bowling make the tackle for the Yellow Jackets, and I believe there is some
had a
laundry
flag on
field.
the near side there.
Nice job by our scoreboard producer tonight, Nick Morris, who's taking over your spot. You're in the big boy seat next to me.
The hot seat. Mike turned over the hot seat for a week.
And also a big thank you to Austin Shoemaker, our video producer, who does a great job on the camera every week. And we've been getting lots of compliments about the camera work and the quality of the production. That's all thanks to Austin Shoemaker. I believe they called an illegal shift against the Liberators and backs them up about 5 yards. So 1st and 15 for Bolivar now. Not helping themselves out with early penalties.
Yeah.
Durham takes about a one-step drop and fires it over to the right side and finds.
Man, what a tackle, just staying home.
Yeah, Griffin Jones, we talked about his discipline and the job that he does, tackled Evan Nichols for about a gain of 2 or 3. Have another shout out watching from Phillipsburg. Go Yellow Jackets. So I appreciate everybody from all over the state, and even had an Iowa in there. So everyone from all over the different states around the country watching the Yellow Jackets take on the Liberators tonight, as Durham, second down pass down the middle of the field is just over the head of Pakey and falls incomplete.
Yeah, just a little bit of an overthrow there. And as you mentioned, Bolivar having some penalty trouble. They've had 3 penalties for 35 yards so far, so moving themselves backwards or in some cases helping Lebanon get better field position.
3rd down and 12, and Lebanon's done a good job of getting off the field when they needed to so far. So last week on the offensive side, they converted 4 out of 9 third downs and 3 out of 4 fourth downs. So they've been doing a good job, as another flag comes onto the field after the reverse there to Gardner Casey goes nowhere. And I believe Bolivar will get called for another penalty on a late hit there on probably some unnecessary roughness by the Liberators on Nick Allen. So it should be 2 penalties on Bolivar coming up. Yellow Jackets will probably, I don't know, do you take the 15 yards and make them go for it on 3rd down? And because they might go for it on 4th down 21-0, but.
Yeah, I think I'd go ahead and force them into 4th down, take the penalty, or decline the penalty, take the result of the play here, but it would keep them in a little bit shorter yardage, have an opportunity to maybe go for that 4th down, even though they are pinned back here a little bit.
Now the ref's explaining to Will Christian his options, and we'll see what he decides to go with. Legal shift on the Liberators is the first penalty, and then that penalty will be declined by Will Christian. And then after the play was over, personal foul against the Yellow Jackets. So, and I believe they disqualified the player that was called for the unsportsmanlike penalty. Or maybe they just gave him a warning. I don't know. The ref gave the ejection signal, but we'll see what happens here. Now Will Christian will want an explanation from the ref. It looked like, from my vantage point, that Lebanon was the one who got the retaliation from the Bolivar players, but they might have caught the first guy doing it, and I believe we'll see what the call is here.
Yeah, I noticed Mason Hendricks really not happy on the sidelines. Gavin Smith went over to console him.
I think he might have been the one who got tossed from the game, as he's on the sidelines now with his helmet off, and obviously would be a big loss for the Yellow Jackets. Now the refs will.
You have to wonder if it was simply unnecessary roughness or if maybe there was some kind of targeting in there. Obviously, targeting results in a lot of ejections these days. I'm not for sure. Just obviously we know a personal foul, and Mason Hendricks appears to have been ejected there.
Ref's still talking at the 40-yard line, trying to decide what is going to happen here. And now it looks like we're going to play football. So an illegal shift against the Liberators and then unnecessary roughness against the Yellow Jackets leads to an ejection to a Lebanon player, Mason Hendricks, and Yellow Jackets will be down a man on the defensive line. So first and 10, Bolivar from the 40-yard line, and we'll start the clock.
And that actually provided Bolivar their first down of the night.
There you go. Whatever ways you need it. If you're Lebanon, you don't want to let Bolivar back into this game, and you want to keep your foot on the gas. And so far, you had a chance to send Bolivar off the field there with another punt, but give him a first down and give him some hope.
Yeah, and with the discussion, I think probably the coaches thought at least maybe it should have been offsetting penalties rather than a one-sided unnecessary roughness.
Now the second down handoff to Pakey, and he makes a cut up the middle and breaks off a tackle and gets about a gain of about 5 or 6 there. So it'll be 3rd and 3 for the Liberators. As
it does look like there's a flag down.
Another flag again, and it might have looked like some more chippiness there between the Bolivar and Lebanon players. Not sure who this one will go on.
We know both teams are physical, and I think right now you're just seeing a product of both teams trying to say, hey, we're more physical, I think, and it's carrying a little bit beyond the whistle and leading to some penalties. We'll see what they have here.
This isn't something that Will Christian wants to deal with, and they preach discipline on their team as he is now lined up at the numbers now, and he's not liking the call from the officials after another unsportsmanlike penalty against the Yellow Jackets results in an extra 15 yards for Bolivar. Have some more chats coming in. David Boyer says Austin is the best. Ryan Walterman says, let's go Jackets. Watching from the KJL radio station while producing the game for Kevin Stubblefield. So getting to produce the game there for a legend is quite the accomplishment there for Ryan Walterman. Dusty Lucas watching the game from Montana tonight. So we have Montana in the house, and What We Live For Outdoors is watching from Chicago, Illinois. Viewers from all over the country, and appreciate everybody supporting the stream. And in case you missed it, Lebanon had been called for 2 unsportsmanlike penalties this drive. 1 resulted in an ejection for Mason Hendricks, and now the Yellow Jackets will have their work cut out for them as the Bolivar crosses midfield for the first time tonight. So if you're Lebanon, you got to play smart here, up 21-0, and now Thomas Howe will. So mark another player down as another guy going both ways, the left tackle, and now Thomas Howe will check in at the defensive end position for Lebanon. First down and 10 for Bolivar. Gardner Casey, the man in motion, but it's a snap to Durham, and he calls his own number on the left side, and that's Griffin Jones again. You couldn't tell he was beat up if you had to guess, Garrett, but Griffin Jones has been all over the field making tackles for Lebanon tonight.
Yeah, another great play. He took his time, let the quarterback commit to the run, and was waiting right at the line of scrimmage and got him for maybe even a 1-yard loss.
So no Gavin Smith on defense tonight for the Yellow Jackets after a little bit of an ankle injury scare last week. The coaches wanted to play it safe and went with Braden Christian and Griffin Jones as the outside linebacker. Says that snap is a little high and a fake handoff, but nice throw there on the play action pass from Durham to Luke Dill. So a first down there for Bolivar, moves the chains, and it kind of looked like the running back was expecting a pitch on that right side or a little toss play, but
yeah,
Durham faked it and found the middle of the field open.
Biggest non-penalty gain of the night so far for Bolivar.
Bill Schoonover checking into the chat saying Garrett will be broadcasting alongside Troy Aikman before we know it, as that throw is incomplete to the right corner of the end zone.
High hopes from Bill there. I don't think I'm coming for Joe Buck's spot anytime soon.
Second down and 10 after the incomplete pass. So let's see what this is kind of the first time Lebanon's defense has been tested with a team inside the red zone. So let's see how the Lebanon defense holds up here. Second down and 10 with 8:07 remaining in the second quarter.
Yep.
It's a handoff to Pakey, and he makes a cut goes up the middle and gets about a gain of 4 there, so 3rd down and 6. Nice juke there from Paikey and fell forward for about a gain of 4.
Yeah, the most recent time Lebanon was kind of challenged in this position, they came up with a pick 6 from Cannon Roark last week, so we'll see. Lebanon's lost a little bit of momentum on this drive, but defense is trying to stand up strong and shut this drive down as it snuck into the red zone.
Third down and 6. Having some issues with the scoreboard there as Durham drops back to pass, and they were looking for a screen pass, and that has to be an illegal man downfield. The linemen were almost in the end zone before Durham even threw it, but no flags there as the completion to Paikey goes for about a gain of 1. Fourth down, and Bolivar will call their first timeout of the first half. So we'll take a quick commercial break and be right back on the Jacket Nation Sports broadcast right after this.
With locations in Bennett Spring, Springfield, Republic, Bolivar, and now Nixa, SnowBiz is the perfect sweet treat to beat the summer heat. SnowBiz offers authentic Hawaiian-style shave ice with 50-plus true-to-life, unbeatable flavors. While most stands are seasonal, they now offer a year-round location at their SnowBiz Plus shop inside 14 Mill Market in Nixa, Missouri, as they proudly serve their classic shave ice treats and Ice Cream Factory's delicious ice cream and so much more. Swing on by to check them out soon. Go Jackets!
Big play ensuing here as the Liberators are lined up to go for it on 4th and 4 after Bolivar called the timeout to kind of talk this over, so it'll be interesting to see what LaSalle calls down 21-0. The 4th and 4 snap goes to Durham, and it's a run to the outside, and he gets just enough for the first down. Had a defender there. I think that was Weston McKinney who had a chance to bring him down, but nice job there by Durham to keep going forward, and it's a 1st and goal situation for the Liberators now. So Durham, a pretty tough runner so far through the first half.
Absolutely, had to have a lot of second effort there, get some yards after contact.
Now it's a handoff to Paikey up the middle, and he's met at the line of scrimmage by Gunnar Williams, and I believe that was Thomas Howe as well, and then on the tackle for Lebanon.
Yeah, Gunnar Williams, another one that's been manning the trenches and making a lot of plays.
Both sides of the ball. He comes in as a tight end for Lebanon, but the coaches might list him as a tight end, but he's in there to block, and he's been a good offensive lineman, extra offensive lineman for them, and has been a punisher for Lebanon so far. 2nd down and goal. Bolivar knocking on the door here as the direct snap to Durham, and he gets into the end zone for a Liberator touchdown. So a couple penalties there from Lebanon on the drive gives Bolivar some extra life, and the Liberators make him pay as Drake Durham gets into the end zone on a 4-yard scamper, and Bolivar cuts the deficit to 21-6.
Good answer from Bolivar there. Really
had to have it.
Had to have it, absolutely. Didn't have much offensive success, no offensive success coming into that drive, no first downs before that drive, and put something together, like he's mentioned, with the assistance of some penalties.
Yeah. He's looking at the Lebanon defensive staff now, and they are not pleased as that extra point, though, is blocked by Lebanon, and nice response there. I believe that was, can't tell who got, might have been number 55, Kason Woods, who got his hands up just in time to block that kick, but nonetheless could pay dividends down the road for the Yellow Jackets. So we will cut to a quick commercial break as Lebanon leads 21-6 with 6:11 left in the first half. You're watching Jacket Nation Sports on YouTube.
Whether you need a routine maintenance check or an emergency repair on a heating or cooling unit, we are available to handle all of your heating, cooling, and ventilation needs. We continually strive to exceed expectations by ensuring that each client receives the very best service. Call today at 417-532-6239 and go Jackets!
Jordan Burke back to kick for Liberators, the left-handed or the left-footed kicker, and I believe Jackets will have Abe Allen doing the returning. Allen returns it from about the 8-yard line and moves up forward to the 27-yard line. So Lebanon will take over 1st and 10 from the 27-yard line. A big drive upcoming for Brian Summer and the Yellow Jackets. You wonder, Lebanon will get the ball first to come out of the second half. Is this a drive where you just take your time and try to run that clock off, or do you just score as quickly as you can?
Yeah, I think you are in that double dip territory with 6 minutes here and an offense that can ground and pound you to death and run the ball and control the clock. So I think you might look for the double dip here.
Gavin Smith calls Abe Allen in motion, and it's a hard count there from the Yellow Jackets, but nice discipline there by Bolivar to remain on sides. Bowling in motion, and Gavin tried to pitch it. Looked like he was trying to pitch it, but kept the ball and bobbled up at the line of scrimmage. Nice play there by the Bolivar defense, and first time we've called Garrison Cook's name. And Cook, a solid player for Bolivar last year, returning on, playing both sides of the ball this year. Nice play there by Cook.
Yeah, as far back in their own territory as Lebanon's been all night here. As you mentioned, just looking to piece together a drive.
2nd down and 9. Might see a pass play here by the Yellow Jackets as Bolivar kind of cheats their safeties in. To turn to the left and a handoff to Glendenning up the middle, and he bullies his way forward for about 6 or 7 yards to bring up a 3rd and 2.
Yeah, Bolivar's been cheating more and more up in the box each time. You know, they've got that really 8-man front, just kind of 3 people. So,
yeah. You know, Brian Summer eyes that, and the guys up top in the booth are letting him know that a play could, or a pass play could work here.
Absolutely.
3rd down and 3. Smith hands it off to Glendenning again up the middle, and Jax sends a Bolivar Liberator flying about 5 yards down the field and gets enough there for the Farm Bureau 1st down. Nice job there by Glendenning to kind of make that second effort count and got enough there for the 1st down. And Lebanon has the ball on the 41-yard line. First down, handoff to Jax up the middle, and nice job there by Bolivar to stop him after a gain of about 2. Mason McCurry there on the tackle for Bolivar, the middle linebacker who had 79 tackles for Bolivar a year ago, 15 tackles for loss, so a big returner there for the Liberators, and he's been making a few plays tonight.
Yeah, All Ozark Conference last year. 2nd
down and about 8. As we just hit the under 4-minute mark, as Smith fakes the run and throws it out to his right and finds, I believe that's Jax, who kind of slipped or Abe Allen, sorry. Abe Allen slipped and fell, made the catch though, and Gavin will take that for the completion percentage.
Absolutely. Looked like Nick Allen kind of broke free on the 2nd level there.
So Yellow Jackets will keep that in mind as the game moves forward after about maybe called a gain of 1. So far, the Lebanon offensive line has been dominant in this contest. Like we've mentioned earlier, Thomas Howden, Dathan Durbin, Danning Conrad doing a great job up front for the Yellow Jackets, and it looked like Bolivar kind of got a head start there, and this might be a neutral zone infraction from the Liberators. 5 extra yards coming for Lebanon. So now instead of a 3rd and 6, 3rd and 1. And if you're Bolivar, that's just a penalty that you can't afford to have.
Yeah, Jax Glendenning's becoming the workhorse these last couple drives and right in his territory here to try to pick up a couple yards. There it is.
1st down for the Yellow Jackets. After the Farm Bureau 1st down.
And as you mentioned, Lebanon's already eaten half of the clock away. They started the drive with about 6 minutes. We just went under 3 minutes. So they're working on that potential to maybe score right before the half and get the ball coming out of the halftime locker room break.
Kevin Smith on first down fakes the pitch play and rolls to his right and is sacked by the Bolivar defense. So nowhere to throw that ball, and Gavin had to take a sack there.
No doubt, good pressure and coverage by the Bolivar's defense that play.
And now I believe Lebanon might have called a timeout. First charge timeout to the Yellow Jackets this half. With 2:31 remaining in the second quarter, it's now second down and 16 for the Yellow Jackets. Might have called a late flag there, actually, holding against the Yellow Jackets. So I assume that Bolivar will just decline that penalty and take the loss of down.
Got some special guests over halftime, right, Alex?
Yeah, it should be a fun halftime tonight. Obviously, one of Lebanon's best offensive linemen in program history, Zach Cooley, will be inducted into the Football Hall of Fame, and then we'll be joined by Lebanon High School boys basketball coach Ryan Toombs, who will talk about all things Lebanon basketball, and looking forward to catching up with him. But some unfinished business here for the Yellow Jackets as they face a second down and 16. Second down, it's a handoff to Glendenning, and he breaks a tackle, lowers his head down, and gets to about just a yard past the original line of scrimmage. So 3rd and 9, and some more extracurricular activity there by both these teams, and I don't know who they'll flag for that one. It was after the play, and kind of some more chippiness, and that will be a message from Will Christian at the locker room to keep cooler heads and figure out a way to make sure his players are not committing any unnecessary penalties. But that time, Bolivar gets flagged for unsportsmanlike conduct. So free 15 yards, and kind of like we said about Lebanon with Bolivar's offensive possession, Bolivar can't afford to give Lebanon free yards, and so far on this drive they're doing just that.
Yeah, no doubt. Wasted the sack basically in one play, gave all that yardage back and then some to the Yellow Jackets, and creeping near the red zone with 2:15 left in the quarter.
Now I think if you're Brian Summer, you just pound the ball up the middle with Jax Glendenning a couple times, waste that clock, don't let Bolivar get a good chance at a scoring opportunity, and see what your offense can do here. First down and 10 as Gavin Smith lines up under center for the Yellow Jackets. Calls bowling in motion, and it's a pitch to Bowling on the left side, and Drew scurries down the left sideline, lowers his head, and gets shoved out of bounds at about the 13-yard line. So Drew Bowling, a guy who we've called his name a couple times tonight, keeps adding there with a 13-yard run and a Farm Bureau first down for Drew. Bolivar calls a timeout, so we will take a quick commercial break. With 2 minutes left in the first half, it's Lebanon knocking on the door, up 21-6, and we'll be right back after this.
Do you like comic books, toys, video games, and collectibles? Massey's Comics has what you need. The locally owned comic shop has a wide variety of new and vintage collectibles, with new books coming out every Wednesday. Massey's Comics is located at 727 South Jefferson Avenue in the King Cash Savers Shopping Center. For more information, check them out on Facebook and Instagram at Massey's Comics.
First down and 10, Lebanon, as they enter the red zone on about the 17-yard line. Smith Steps back and then goes up the middle and fights his way forward. And did he dive into the end zone? He did. The ref signals a touchdown. So Gavin Smith, have a night, my friend. His third rushing touchdown of the first half. And Gavin football is having quite the night here as Lebanon goes up 27-6 in the second quarter. And that is another Riverfront campground and canoe rental touchdown. So Gavin Smith so far has done the dirty work, and Lebanon keeps on keeping on, up 27-6 with Rhett Rhodes PAT ensuing here. Rhett's extra point is good, and Lebanon goes up 28-6, and we will take another short commercial break and be right back after this.
Here at Crow Paint and Glass, we have had hometown values and service since 1946. For the highest quality paint, custom framing, glass and screen replacement, wallpaper, and more, come visit us at 390 West Elm Street in Lebanon or give us a call at 417-532-3551. We are a proud sponsor of Lebanon High School athletics. Go Jackets!
Garner & Smith Insurance in Lebanon wants you to know that they're your local source for all your insurance needs and available in person, by phone, or virtually to answer any health insurance questions. Call today to schedule a free, no-obligation benefit review at 417-532-9491. Now's the right time to evaluate your current coverage and strengthen it. Make sure that you have the plan you need with the benefits you really want. Garner & Smith Insurance, across the street from Lebanon High School, supporting the Yellow Jackets and the community since 1976.
I'm Kim Light with Heritage Bank of the Ozarks. Our Jackets are winners on and off the field. They play with integrity, strive to serve, are true team players, and intentionally seek excellence. Our banking team also embodies these leadership characteristics. When it comes to banking, choose the winning team. Heritage Bank of the Ozarks, and go Jackets. We're all behind you 100%. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
After the extra point by Rhett Rhodes, he will be set to do the kickoff. Lebanon had to call a timeout, didn't have everybody in place, so Yellow Jackets with one timeout remaining in the second quarter. Bolivar with one timeout remaining also, as Rhodes sends a kickoff deep to Trenton Pakey. Pakey goes on the right side, and I believe a Bolivar Liberator held there on the outside, and this one might be coming back a little bit. A couple shout-outs to Rhett Rhodes in the chat, and he's been a solid kicker so far for the Yellow Jackets, starting since his freshman year, and has done a nice job on the special teams unit for Will Christian, and has continued to do so through his sophomore year. As holding against the Liberators is the call, and that will back Bolivar up on a what would have been a 2-minute situation. Now Bolivar will have to go about 86 yards to score. So it'll be interesting to see how aggressive Bolivar wants to get here, Garrett. You know, obviously you don't want to make any mistakes and give Lebanon another chance to score, but at the same time, you got to make up points in a hurry.
Yeah, exactly. I think you got to try to take advantage of every possession at this point. So look for him to try to get aggressive and open it up here and still throw the ball.
Bolivar calls a player late onto the field, and that will force Lebanon to make a defensive adjustment there. The snap to Durham as Nick Allen gets through the line and trips up Durham, but Durham is able to escape the pocket and throw it away, but nice job there as Nick Allen was breathing down his neck.
I think they're going to call intentional grounding. I don't think that ball got past the line of scrimmage.
Oh, picking up the flag.
Okay.
So ref originally threw the flag, and you're right, they were going to call. I mean, that was a nice play there by Durham just to escape the pocket, and I didn't think that he got the ball to the line of scrimmage, but obviously the refs disagree and pick up the flag. While we have a delay in the game, Garrett, you mentioned earlier about the halftime ceremonies. We talked about Zach Cooley being inducted into the Lebanon Hall of Fame. Obviously, Cooley was a mainstay on that Lebanon offensive line during his high school career. He was named a Missouri second-team All-State offensive tackle in 2009, where he earned first-team All-Conference, All-District, and All-Ozarks distinctions as an offensive tackle and defensive end for the Yellow Jackets. Went on to play at Missouri State, and his senior year was named a co-captain and started in all 12 games at left tackle. And he earned all Missouri Valley Conference football honors as well, so a much-deserved night for number 75, and obviously he's had a few brothers that have came through the Lebanon football program as well, with Alex Cooley, class of 2013 graduate, and then Sam Henson, who's a senior on the team this year, also wearing the number 75 jersey to honor his brother. So third down and 8 now for Bolivar, as they will have to convert this first down to keep the drive alive. It's a handoff to Pakey. He goes up the middle and stuffed there by Glendenning, and can't see who else was in on that. I think it might have been Griffin who finished off the tackle, but now Lebanon calls their last timeout with just 58 seconds remaining in the first half, and kind of surprising there by Lebanon, but it looks like they want to play aggressive tonight and called their last timeout, and looks like they're going to try to score the ball before half.
Yeah, take no prisoners mentality, trying to get this lead as big as they can heading into the locker room.
This would be a triple dip, right, if they scored last offensive possession and then get the ball back for 58 seconds, no matter. I mean, when you got a kicker with Rhett Rhodes' range, you got to think that Lebanon might just be playing for a field goal here. So we'll see what the target line is for Rhett Rhodes, or if Lebanon, this is kind of in years past where they've called a little screen pass to the fullback, to the B-back, and have gotten some yards from that play. So we'll see what the offense dials up.
Looks like they're not bringing the house, so might try to dial up a little punt return here.
Cannon Roark back deep to return for the Yellow Jackets, as Durham's punt almost got tipped, and nice job there by Durham to get it off, and it takes a nice little Bolivar bounce there as they down at about the 41-yard line. So Lebanon will take over on offense with 48 seconds left, no timeouts, and we'll need to go about, 59 yards to score?
Yep.
I would imagine that Rhett's range is probably near the 25 to 30-yard line for a semi-confidence kick, so we'll see what the Yellow Jackets can do as Gavin Smith lines up and gets ready to call this offensive play. It's a little out route to Honey, and he laterals it.
Hook and ladder.
Is that Abe Allen that came around that left side and got the hook or the ladder play, I guess, from Hoyt Honey. So 2 weeks in a row, Brian Summers kind of went up his sleeve and dialed up a nice trick play.
Yeah, shades of Boise State from that Fiesta Bowl against Oklahoma.
So nice job there by the Yellow Jackets, and nice job by Abe Allen to get out of bounds as well. With Lebanon having no timeouts, getting out of bounds is going to be crucial. Now Smith hands off to Glendenning up the middle, and Jax is stopped after about a gain of 1, needed 2. So the clock keeps running. Yellow Jackets 3rd down and 1.
Yep, getting up to the line quick here.
Might see a spike here from Gavin and a go-for-it situation for the Yellow Jackets on 4th down. But he calls Abe Allen in motion, and it's another handoff to Glendenning, and he gets enough for a Farm Bureau first down with 17 seconds left, and Smith will have to line up this ball and spike it. When the chain's set, the clock will run. Smith gets under center and fakes the spike and throws a little out route to Roark, and Roark gets out of bounds after about a gain of 9. So nice job there by Gavin to get outside and throw a little quick pass there to Roark, who's smart enough to get out of bounds, and the ball is at the 35-yard line now.
Yeah, getting close to that field goal territory you mentioned.
Yeah, 7 seconds left, though, so they'll have to throw another ball to the boundaries. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe they try a run here with Jax and then try to spike the ball, but, oh, the hard count. Haven't seen it work yet for Lebanon tonight, but it works there as Smith gets the Liberators jump and a free 5 yards and an automatic First down for the Yellow Jackets. 30 seconds now. You might see a run by Gavin Smith. It kind of looked like Will Christian was pointing to Gavin to get to the sidelines, so we'll see what the play call here is. I wouldn't be surprised to see Gavin call his own number on that right side and get as many yards as he can to set up a ret kick. First down and 10 for the Yellow Jackets, and Smith drops back to pass, and it's a ball that's thrown incomplete to Roark. And Roark was open, but just a little too low there for Cannon to catch that one.
Yellow Jackets were trying to work the sideline there, like you mentioned, with 4 seconds here. Probably going to see a heave to the end zone.
Be interesting to see how you run a Hail Mary out of the flex bone offense. I guess we're going to find out. Or we might see a little screen pass here to Glendenning. We mentioned that play's worked in years past. 4 seconds left now as Glendenning takes the pitch on the left side and has to get into the end zone here as the time expires and is tackled at the 20-yard line. So nice play call there by Lebanon, and a nice half there by the Yellow Jackets in a state-ranked battle between two 3-0 teams. The Yellow Jackets will go to the locker room leading 28-6, and hope you guys enjoy the halftime show. We'll be live streaming Zach Cooley's induction into the Lebanon Football Hall of Fame, and we will have Lebanon High School head boys basketball coach Ryan Toombs joining us as well later at halftime. So Lebanon up 28-6 at halftime. We'll be right back after this.
At Heritage Bank of the Ozarks, we are committed to our neighbors. Your local dollars are invested in our local communities. With local lenders and local decisions, because at Heritage Bank, we are neighbors serving neighbors.
Hey, let me tell you the secret successful businesses already know. It's all about branding. Get recognized and get results. Results advertising, logos everything you can logo, like apparel, hats, mugs, signs, and banners. Branding your business is what Results Advertising does. Getting your name out there and on anything branding your business. The secret is Results Advertising in Lebanon at resultsadv.com and 417-533-7741.
Losing a loved one is painful, but at Shadle's Colonial Chapel, we make the hard times a little easier to bear. With affordable funeral and cremation services, we offer 2 spacious chapels, a full-service banquet area for families to gather, plus the latest technology for honoring your loved one. Our website has everything you need, from pre-arrangements to flowers, even a place to reminisce. Let us help you remember your loved one. Shadle's Colonial Funeral Chapel, the area's most often selected funeral service.
It's a beautiful morning, Scotty, and we have an early game today.
That injured list, it's getting longer by the minute.
Not to mention, there's apparently a nasty virus sweeping through the locker room.
Yeah, but these players, they're in good hands.
All of them need to feel their best this season, Scotty.
Yes, they do, Jack, because this team is on track to win it all this year.
Every day, Mercy's team is ready to take care of yours, bringing you the care you need now. Find out all the ways to access Mercy at mercynow.net.
Jonesy's Travel Center is located at 2031 West Elm Street in Lebanon. Be sure to be on the lookout for the upcoming Jacket ID promotion that allows student drivers and Lebanon R3 school faculty members to receive a handful of discounts. Jonesy's wishes the Yellow Jackets good luck this year.
evening, Yellow Jacket fans. For your halftime entertainment tonight, we are proud to present the 160-member Marching Yellow Jacket Band. The band is under the direction of Aaron Stewart, Ben Todd, Laura Mudge, Tony Lucas, and Heidi Benny. Our color guard instructors are Tori West Staples and Maddie Dexter. Tomorrow, the band will be holding our first Super Saturday rehearsal here at LHS, which will conclude with a marching competition-style community performance. LHS band parents, families, friends, and any community member interested is welcome and encouraged to join us at 9:15 p.m. under the lights here in Jacket Stadium. Our show this year is entitled Through the Wicked Wood, and tonight we will be performing our opener, and for the first time this season, our beautiful ballad movement. We hope you will join us as the band takes a journey through a beautiful birch tree forest, only to find out that there are forces at work that may never let them leave. Featuring music from Franz Schubert, Samuel Barber, Ludwig van Beethoven, and Billie Eilish, this show is sure to keep you on your toes. Will the band escape the wicked wood? Only time will tell. Drum majors Sadie Rink, Abby Tapp, and Kara Dameron. Is the band ready? Lebanon Band, you may take the field.
Wander not into the wicked wood, where silence roam at will, charming hearts to every hill. On a rock, beneath the birch, a siren sings her song. The visitors ran quickly to her side, in her eyes, gazing.
Back here on Jacket Nation Sports Network on YouTube, we are at halftime as Lebanon leads Bolivar 28-6 at halftime. I'm joined by Lebanon head boys basketball coach Ryan Toombs. Coach, how are you?
Good. Thanks for having me.
No problem. And we'll just get into last year. Your team finished 13-14 at the varsity level in your second season as head coach for the Yellow Jackets. A solid year. Obviously winning the first round blue and gold game for the first time in 12 years. A big win against your alma mater, Bolivar, at home, the Caleb Ray buzzer beater, and then winning 8 more games than you did in your first year. So kind of just speak a little bit about the progress that your team made and the culture that you were able to establish in your first year and how it carried over to year 2.
Well, first of all, culture, it comes from the kids, and they've been extremely dedicated and motivated to get better, not just every year, but each and every day. And I thought last year's group, led by seniors Austin Hendricks and Evan Webb, really set the tone for our program when it comes to valuing the things that it takes to get those big wins that you talked about. We talk a lot about managing expectations by focusing on just the process and doing what it takes to get better each and every day. And we've had, a bunch of kids in the gym already, and they're really hungry. And I think especially this year you're going to see a very motivated group.
So you have started the after the fall workouts, I guess, after school for your program.
Yeah. We've had 4 morning practices and some one weekend, I think, practice. And the kids, our numbers are really high. We've had averaging about 23 kids in the mornings at 6:30, and that speaks to how ready they are to get in the gym and work hard. And then, of course, they're working on their game outside of just when we have it open with our skill developer, Jordan Walton, with the lab. They're going, a lot of them are going multiple times a week to train with him, and it's really showing up when we get them in Car Gym for practice.
Yeah, so the lab, your youth program, kind of spoke about how that was going, but where do you see, that going in the future? Because obviously for Lebanon basketball to be successful, it starts at a young age, and you guys have done a good job of establishing that youth program and getting kids to play together from the time they're in grade school to the time that they're with you guys at the varsity level.
Yeah, well, that's what it takes, because what I can promise you is that the schools in our conference, most of which are in Springfield, have ample opportunity to compete on all kinds of travel basketball teams and go to a trainer and train their game and develop their skills. And so what we wanted to do was provide that opportunity for kids in Lebanon. It's still new. I think we're a year and a half old off the ground, and But Jordan Walton is doing a great job. Of course, he was a tremendous player at Glendale and really knows what he's talking about when it comes to individual skills. I think we got a taste of that a few too many times there in Boswell Gym when he was wearing a Falcons jersey. So he's here now, and he's committed to our kids and doing a great job helping them out.
And this year, you guys will have a talented senior class returning with many players that fans kind of already know about with Caleb Ray, Wyatt Carr, Kelby Vandergrift, Corey Huff, Dylan Russell, and Cooper Berry. So what kind of chemistry does that group have? And I know you're kind of going to be depending on them heavily for a big winner.
Yeah, they're a fun group to be around. Great kids from quality families, and it really shows up when we get them in the gym together. You saw last year just the difference in competitive fire out of that group and the desire to do the right things to win. We're not going to be, we're not going to outsize anybody, but we're going to try to outwork everybody with our defensive play and rebounding, and then try to control the ball and take care of those things on the offensive end as well.
And I think, last year you kind of talking about you're never going to outsize anybody. That was kind of a thing that, you could tell early on in warm-ups of each game that's like, all right, well, these guys are bigger than us, but every time that ball was thrown off for tip-off, your guys competed hard, and it didn't matter the size of the other team or the talent level on the other team. Your guys competed night in and night out.
Yeah, you mentioned the Bolivar game earlier in your intro. The thing that was so special about that wasn't just that it was senior night and Austin Hendricks and Evan Webb got to finish their year with such a big win over a great program. And of course, them being alumni, that was special for me. But the special thing was we out-rebounded them, not just by a little bit, by a lot. We dominated the glass in that game. And, of course, they had 6'6", 6'7", and just
Division I
player and all of those things. And so to see our kids really buy into the importance of taking care of things before it comes down to that jumping for the rebound and making sure you hit your box out assignment, and it was just really special to see them lock in and get that done.
And who are some of the newcomers that you're kind of expecting to step up and have a big impact with your team? This year with the sophomore and junior class, and it might not even be at the varsity level, maybe the junior varsity level. Some guys that you might, have some interest bringing up later in the season. But who are some of those sophomores and juniors?
Well, we've got at the junior class a few kids that are working really hard. Noah Boggs, I hardly ever see the kid when he's not in the gym or at least sweating in the weight room. He works tremendously hard. We've got Brock Piercy, who's also a junior. Speaking of kids doing a lot to get better, he's running cross country and playing soccer right now. And we show up to practice at 6:30 or 6:15 to open the gym, and he's down here on the track already running and getting his cross country practice in. So those two really kind of lead the charge as far as work ethic in that group. And then Nolan Fort has been at everything for us and really trying to get better every day. So those are our three juniors. And then Bristol Burton also in the junior class. Bristol had a tremendous summer for us. He's not one of these guys that's going to be flashy, but he's going to do those little things like hit his box out assignment, sprint back on defense, and make sure we're anchored on that end of the floor. And then from the sophomore class, we've got several. I know we're about to have kickoff here.
You're good. Take your time.
Mason Huber should take a step forward for us. He had valuable varsity minutes last year.
It's the kickoff to Lebanon now to start the second half, and that's Abe Allen returning, and he steps out of bounds at about the 20-yard line.
And so to continue on that point, Noah Thornhill and Weston McKinney, who's out here competing in the football field. Moses McCowan, a sophomore, and several others. I mean, we're going to see a lot of competition in practice. That's what I'm really excited about, is that everybody understands that they're competing for to get better as a team, but also for their own playing time, and I think that makes your program better.
As Lebanon starts their drive here in the second half from the 19-yard line, Smith takes the snap and hands it off to Glendenning, who gets a big run up the middle, and Jack's ball comes out. But I think Lebanon might have got on top of that. Not something you see often from Glendenning, but nice job there by couldn't tell who, might have been might have been Hoyt Honey who jumped on top of that ball, and so nice job there from Hoyt to keep that possession alive, and Farm Bureau first down for the Yellow Jackets to start the second half. Coach, when's your guys' first game or first tournament, and when can fans expect to see you at Boswell Auditorium?
So we'll have a jamboree. I think it's November 14th before Thanksgiving. We host that. Right now we've got Rolla coming to that.
Gavin Smith drops back to pass and fires to the right side and finds Drew Bowling on a nice little out route there, and nice catch by Bowling, and right at the markers. We'll see where the refs spot him at. But it looks like there was a flag on the play, so we'll see an eligible man downfield, I think, will be the call against the Yellow Jackets, so we'll wipe out the pass from Smith to Bowling. But yeah, jamboree.
Jamboree at home. Right now we've got Rolla. We're looking for a couple teams to join that, and then we open our official season at Forsyth in the Forsyth tournament right after Thanksgiving, and so that gives us plenty of time to get ready. I know our football team is going to be playing long into the playoffs, hopefully going all the way. They look really good tonight
so far. And what's it been like to, a Bolivar alma mater, but now you're 11 Yellow Jacket. So
Yeah.
what's it like for you to just kind of see your former high school taking on the team that you're currently coaching at?
Well, it's unique. It's special. I mean, of course, we're Yellow Jackets. I'm a Yellow Jacket through and through now. I mean, anybody that was at that Bolivar game last year saw my reaction to Caleb hitting that shot and knows where I stand. But it's neat. There's still a few carryovers that are over there, and
I know Chuck Blair's a few booths over from us. I know he has a special place in your heart.
Yeah, that was my head coach. Retired after my senior year, and Robbie Hoig was my JV coach, and then I got Clayton McCullough over there, and Coach Bayless over there still on the Bolivar football staff. Those are some of my coaches too. So
Lebanon will have a second down and about 8 as Gavin Smith calls Drew Bowling in motion, and it's a handoff to Jax up the middle, and Jax goes for about 3 or 4 yards there before he's brought down by, I believe that was Luke Dill, the linebacker for the Liberators. But Coach, appreciate you taking the time to join us tonight, and good luck this season. Can't wait to call some games from Boswell Auditorium.
I can't wait either, and thank you for having me. You're doing a great job. This is a huge deal for our community, and we appreciate it.
No problem. That was Lebanon head boys basketball coach Ryan Toombs joining us on the halftime show, and got to take it into the second half a little bit. Always enjoy catching up with Coach Toombs, and he's doing a great job with the boys program. Looking forward to seeing the Yellow Jackets this winter. Third down, and it's another handoff to Jax up the middle, and he rolls forward for a first down, Farm Bureau first down. So far, so good for the Yellow Jackets to start the second half. Garrett Brown will take his seat back and join us for the second half as the Yellow Jackets are up 28-6 with just under 10 minutes to play in the third quarter. Now Gavin drops back, hands it off to Jax Glendenning, who on the left side and gets pushed out of bounds at about the Bolivar 35-yard line. So far, Garrett, Lebanon hasn't blinked an eye coming out of the locker room.
Yeah, got off to a quick start in the first half, and more of the same so far in the second half. Ground and pound, and really moving the ball efficiently tonight. Haven't had many negative plays. Have just stayed on schedule and picked up consistent yardage all night.
First down and 10 for Lebanon. Abe Allen slides over. Now Smith will go back to pass, and they're trying to throw it to Nick Allen. And you mentioned that, Garrett, in the first half, that Allen on one of those pass plays escaped into the second level and was open. And it looks like the Yellow Jackets saw the same thing you did, try to go back to it. Just a little bit of an overthrow there from Smith.
Yeah, no doubt, just past his outstretched arms there, and had a little grab from the defensive back, no call there, but they did go back to that look.
Second down and 10, we hear someone from the crowd saying Nick Allen was held. Smith pitches it out to Abe Allen on the right side. Nice job there by Bowling to seal, and there's Danon Conrad moving down the field as well, throwing a nice block. And Abe Allen gets pushed out of bounds at the 15-yard line after a Farm Bureau first down. And we've talked about Danon Conrad in the pregame show, Garrett, all-state offensive lineman, and he proved it there on that play.
Man, he gets downfield consistently. Like you always see him at the second and even third level, just blocking and opening big lanes downfield for the running game.
Along Conrad, Dathan Durbin also doing a good job tonight. Caden Crabtree, the center. Colin Alford getting his first varsity start as a sophomore at left guard, and Thomas Hout, left tackle, all doing phenomenal for Lebanon so far.
Tacking on a face mask there, it looks like.
Face mask call against the Liberators will move the ball about half the distance to the goal, so should see the ball around the 7 or 8 yard line. Sorry, what do I know about the 7 yard line. Got to trust my math skills. Got a text from Mike Flanders at halftime that he's watching from Miami, so
nice.
That's always good to have Mike in the stream too. First down and goal for Lebanon now as Smith takes the snap and goes to the right and kind of thrown awkwardly on the ground there, but nice play by the Bolivar defense to hold Smith to no gain there.
Yeah, they've had a lot of success with that QB power, kind of just take the snap and power it between the right tackle and right guard and left tackle and left guard. They've had success going both ways, but that's been a play they've looked to in the red zone tonight and had a lot of success with.
Lebanon with one wide receiver, Hoyt Honey, out there, and a tight end, Gunnar Williams, on the left side. Now Smith hands it off to Jax up the middle, and Jax goes forward for a few yards and gets tackled at about the 3 yard line. So Lebanon with a 3rd and goal here, and that clock continues to run in favor of the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, I'm sure that was part of the halftime adjustment, just sustaining drives, trying to milk that clock as quickly as you can. But when you get off to such a quick start, you don't want to go super conservative, and Lebanon's done a good job scoring every drive, basically. It seems like they've sustained a drive every time they've taken the ball.
Camden was leading Parkview 14-0 at the start of the second quarter as
Gavin runs it in.
Gavin with another touchdown up the middle, and Gavin with his 4th touchdown of the night, so a big night for number 2 as he trots off the field, and another Riverfront campground and canoe rental touchdown. So a big thank you to Riverfront for jumping on board this week and being a part of the Jacket Nation sports team and claiming that touchdown sponsorship spot as Rhett Rhodes gets ready to kick the extra point. Rhodes sends the extra point through the uprights, and Lebanon takes a 35-6 lead. So we will come to you right back after this after a commercial break. You're watching Jacket Nation Sports on YouTube.
Hey, my name is Roger. I'm the middle school pastor over here at FBC Lebanon. Are you looking for an environment for your middle schooler or high schooler that is both engaging and fun? At Team FBC students, we offer an experience for 6th through 12th grade that is sure to be the highlight of their week. With 2 separate environments for both middle school and high school, students are able to receive a Jesus-centered message that is specifically catered to where they are at in life. So again, we are Team FBC. We're located at 311 North Madison in Lebanon. We're the church with the castle. Our services begin every single Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. and include music from our student-led band, fun games and activities, and a gospel message. We can't wait to see you this week at Wednesday night at Team FBC Students.
Rhodes sends his kickoff deep, and it's a reverse over to the right side. Pakey got the reverse there from Gardner Casey and moved up to about the 35-yard line. So nice job there as the reverse works for the Liberators, and they'll take over at the 36-yard line.
Yeah, they fake that action about every time on the kick return and actually went with it this time.
35-6.
Yellow Jackets just keep making statements every week, really.
We'll take this time to thank our primary sponsors of the stream, Heritage Bank of the Ozarks, Mercy Hospital, Lebanon, Jonesy's Travel Center, Missouri Cooperage, Shadles Colonial Chapel, and Results Advertising. So a big shout out to those sponsors for the efforts that they've put into the stream, and also a big thanks to our other sponsors as well. First Baptist Church students, Pillar Insurance, Night Auction Service, Quality Heating and Air, Massey's Comics, Snowbiz, Crow Paint and Glass, Gardner and Smith Insurance, who was kind enough to join the Jacket Nation sports team this week, and also a big thank you to Ozark Traditions TV, Collab Lebanon, and Nature's Pantry and Perennial Trends as well. So couldn't do it without all of the help from all of our sponsors, and a big thank you to them. First down and 10 now for Bolivar on the 36-yard line. Drake Durham with the handoff to Pakey, and he's tackled there by Bowling and another handful of Yellow Jackets, I believe. Griffin Jones and Braden Christian in on that tackle as well. So second down and about 6 or 5. Congratulations to Zach Cooley, who inducted into the Lebanon Football Hall of Fame at halftime, as Durham steps up in the pocket and takes off to the right side and is tackled there a little short of the sticks, and there's a Lebanon player injured. I believe that's number 5, Weston McKinney, the sophomore, who's down on the field for Lebanon. So as they attend to the injured player, we will take a quick timeout and be right back after this. You're watching Jacket Nation Sports on YouTube.
Pillar Insurance is your locally owned, independent insurance agency, providing business, personal, and farm insurance to the Lebanon community. Call Jason Russell or Gary McClure at 417-532-6050 for your insurance needs. Pillar wishes Lebanon football good luck this season.
This is Steve with Night Auction Service. When things change in life, you have a choice: adapt or get passed by. For Night Auction, that change was going to online auctions. Bid from the convenience of your chair. Marketing is no longer to a couple of counties. It's now nationwide. Crowds are up threefold, equaling better results. Whether buying or selling, check out nightauctionservice.com.
Whether you need a routine maintenance check or an emergency repair on a heating or cooling unit, we are available to handle all of your heating, cooling, and ventilation needs. We continually strive to exceed expectations by ensuring that each client receives the very best service. Call today at 417-532-6239 and go Jackets!
Weston McKinney being helped off the field by a couple of Lebanon coaches, so he will be checked out there on the sidelines as Bolivar faces a third down and about 4. Durham takes a snap, hands off to Pakey, and Lebanon pushes him forward for a first down to about the 49-yard line. So Bolivar coming out running the ball in the second half so far, a little bit successful, and we'll see what they continue to do down 35-6.
And when they've tried to pass, Durham's broke out of the pocket quite a bit, but Lebanon's maintained coverage and not really giving them any alleys to run or.
Now Durham will shoot down the right side of the field, and nice coverage there by Abe Allen to make sure that the Bolivar defender didn't have a chance at that. I believe that was Gardner Casey who he tried to shoot for down the field and just wasn't able to get it to him. Abe Allen's a guy that not very tall, but he's a physical back, slot back, and a defensive back. He's done a nice job the first few weeks as the number 1 cornerback for the Yellow Jackets.
Mm-hmm. Lebanon brings a physicality at all 3 levels on defense. obviously, and then on offense, they're really grueling.
Now Durham sends it off to Pakey up the middle, and he's tackled behind the line of scrimmage. I believe that was Howe there that made the initial hit in the backfield. As he comes off the field now, and Lebanon will bring their pass rush unit and their coverage unit onto the field on this 3rd down and long. (35-6) Lebanon. As Durham scrambles to his right and was just about out of bounds and threw it away, it looked like. So nice pressure there by the Lebanon defense. I believe Nick Allen and Avery Starnes there on the pressure for Lebanon.
Yep, pinned their ears back on that really pass down situation there and got after Durham. And we've seen him break the pocket a lot to the right, but hasn't found, like I said, the defense hasn't broken down when he's broke out of the pocket.
Yeah, nice job there by the Lebanon defense to hold as Durham will stretch and get ready to punt this ball away. Lebanon will still be playing a little bit safe here just in case. Ball at midfield, around midfield, and snap a little bit high to Durham, and he punts the ball away. And nice little punt there by Durham, goes at just about to the 10-yard line as 6:04 left in the 3rd quarter. Lebanon up 35-6 over Bolivar. A battle between two state-ranked undefeated teams with sole possession of the Ozark Conference on the line tonight. So far, Lebanon has been dominant, and we will take a quick commercial break and be right back after this.
Here at Crow Paint and Glass, we have had hometown values and service since 1946. For the highest quality paint, custom framing, glass and screen replacement, wallpaper, and more, come visit us at 390 West Elm Street in Lebanon or give us a call at 417-532-3551. We are a proud sponsor of Lebanon High School athletics. Go Jackets!
First down carry to Jax Glendenning, gets about a gain of 2 there, so 2nd down and 8 incoming for the Yellow Jackets. Glendenning another carry up the middle and gets about a gain of 6 there.
Bulldogs on the 11 and 20-yard line. 3rd down and 2.
3rd down and 2 or 3 now for Yellow Jackets as that clock continues to wind. Third down, and it's Glendenning who finds a gap up the middle, and he might go to the 40, to the 30, to the 20, 15, 10. He will not be caught as Jax Glendenning gets into the end zone from about 80 yards out. Glendenning untouched into the end zone. Nice job there by the junior fullback, Jax Glendenning, and another Riverfront touchdown for the Yellow Jackets, and Garrett might be the dagger.
You would think so. Huge run there by Jackson. Another big week for him. You keyed on him. That was one of your keys to the game, him playing both ways and having a great season so far, and he's kept it up tonight.
So 80-yard rushing touchdown there by Jax Glendenning, and Lebanon will extend their lead, and we'll see what Rhodes can do here on the extra point. Lebanon coaching staff's above our heads, and thought the roof was going to cave in there as they were stomping on the ground as Jax was running. But Rhodes' extra points through, and Lebanon leads 42-6. We'll be right back after this.
Do you like comic books, toys, video games, and collectibles? Massey's Comics has what you need. The locally owned comic shop has a wide variety of new and vintage collectibles with new books coming out every Wednesday. Massey's Comics is located at 727 South Jefferson Avenue in the King Cash Savers Shopping Center. For more information, check them out on Facebook and Instagram at Massey's Comics.
With locations in Bennett Spring, Springfield, Republic, Bolivar, and now Nixa, SnowBiz is the perfect sweet treat to beat the summer heat. SnowBiz offers authentic Hawaiian-style shave ice with 50-plus true-to-life, unbeatable flavors. While most stands are seasonal, they now offer a year-round location at their SnowBiz Plus shop inside 14 Mill Market in Nixa, Missouri, as they proudly serve their classic shave ice treats and Ice Cream Factory's delicious ice cream and so much more. Swing on by to check them out soon. Go Jackets!
Back at Jacket Stadium is the kickoff there. A little more miscommunication there by the Liberators and a little fumble on the return, but Bolivar picks it up and gets tackled at about the 18-yard line, where Drake Durham and the Liberators will come back out for another possession of offense here. Turbo clock is in effect at Jacket Stadium. Not something probably people thought they wouldn't see tonight between two state-ranked teams, but I mean, this Lebanon defense is no slouch, as Durham rolls out of the pocket again to his right and will throw the ball down the field, and nice little play there by Abe Allen on the sideline to knock the ball away.
Yeah, more of the same from Lebanon's defense this week. You know, the one drive that kind of got sustained against them was aided by penalty, but other than that, they've really pinned their ears back, cut loose, pressured the quarterback, and then also been committed on the run and not over-pursued.
Ball on the Bolivar 17-yard line as the clock continues to tick down. Durham now goes to the left side and will look for someone down the field, and that Lebanon defense is, I thought they were going to get home again, but nice job there by Mason Woods to catch Durham in pursuit down the field, and about a gain of 4 or 3 there for Durham.
Yeah, just about every play Bolivar, pass play that is, Bolivar's run into a little rollout, designed rollout on the QB, and Lebanon's still getting pressure.
Only rushing about 4 or 5 every time. Everybody else is kind of just dropping back into the flats and the zones, and so far Curtis Allen has called a heck of a game. Really a heck of a season so far for Lebanon.
Yeah.
It's 3rd down and 7 here from the 20-yard line, and Bolivar tries to get Lebanon the jump, but to no avail. Now it's a speed option on that right side. Durham will keep it, and he's smashed, and the ball comes out, and let's see who jumped on it. I believe it is the Yellow Jackets who got on that football, so nice job there by the Yellow Jackets to force the fumble, and I think it was Griffin Jones who recovered the fumble for Lebanon, so a guy, we've called his name a lot tonight, Garrett, and Griffin Jones makes another play recovering that fumble.
Absolutely. He's one of many that just fly all over the field for this Yellow Jackets defense. They're always in on the action, tackling in numbers, and when the ball comes out, when you tackle in numbers, you're there to recover a fumble just like that.
We'll see how much longer the starters play in this game, as haven't had a full game yet of Lebanon football with the starters, as Gavin Smith and company take over from the 24. Now Smith drops back to pass. He has Honey in the left corner of the end zone. The ball is up in the air, and it's caught by Honey. Nice throw and nice catch there from Gavin Smith to Hoyt Honey on a 24-yard touchdown pitch and catch. Lebanon extends their lead, and nice job there by the offensive line to give Smith time, and you saw that route developing the whole time as Honey just made his way to that left corner and went up and got the ball. And with Honey being 6'3", Garrett, there's not a lot of guys who have the size to cover him, and he was able to high point it and wasn't going to let anybody take that away from him.
Man, just flawless all the way around, perfectly placed ball there, and receiver went out and got it. Great pass by the Yellow Jackets.
Now the hold from Bowling after the snap from Caden Crabtree. The kick from Rhodes is good, and Lebanon has been dominant tonight at 49-6 with 1:36 left in the third quarter. We will take a short commercial break and be right back after this.
At Heritage Bank of the Ozarks, We are committed to our neighbors. Your local dollars are invested in our local communities. With local lenders and local decisions, because at Heritage Bank, we are neighbors serving neighbors.
All Lebanon here tonight from Jacket Stadium is Gavin Smith, 4 rushing touchdowns and now a passing touchdown to add to his stat line on the night. So, Garrett, that's the last time we see Gavin Smith tonight in that Lebanon starting offense. Not a bad performance at all from that side of the ball as well.
Not too bad at all. Pretty picture perfect, just like that last pass was.
Kind of starting to get worried that we might not see a Lebanon defensive touchdown, and don't want the streak to end, as now Bolivar returns it on the left side and gets a decent return to about the 38-yard line.
Now you can tell Lebanon was fired up, like they weren't sleeping on this game. I know a lot of people thought it'd be close, and I think they took note of that and were playing with something to prove defensively and offensively. Huge night.
J.C. Wells checks into the game at cornerback for the Yellow Jackets, replacing Abe Allen. So I see Weston McKinney on the sideline kind of limping but walking off, and looks like he's walking under his own power, so that's a good sign to see for the sophomore standout. Yellow Jackets will need him down the road.
He was fired up on that touchdown, as the whole sideline was.
Bolivar running out of the huddle, and it's a first down snap to Durham, and he fakes the pitch and tries to throw down that right sideline, and as the ball is tipped up in the air and caught by a Bolivar receiver. Nice defense there by Wells to tip it, but kind of fell right into the hands of, I believe that was Jason Wilkinson who came down with it. So nice awareness there by Wilkinson to stay on the ball, and Bolivar has a big gain. Not much you can do there.
No doubt. Good coverage. Both went up for the ball. Just got a good deflection for a Liberator there, and he was able to grab it on the sidelines.
Now Pickey swings out to his left, and it's a stop route to Gardner Casey on the right side, and Casey scoots forward for about 12 yards. So Bolivar, 2 plays in a row, 2 first downs, and we'll have to keep that momentum rolling into the fourth quarter as the clock strikes zeros at the end of the third quarter. Lebanon up 49-6, as they've been absolutely dominant here tonight, and we will head to the final quarter of our broadcast. You're watching Jacket Nation Sports on YouTube.
It's a beautiful morning, Scotty, and we have an early game today.
That injured list, it's getting longer by the minute.
Not to mention, there's apparently a nasty virus sweeping through the locker room.
Yeah, but these players, they're in good hands.
All of them need to feel their best this season, Scotty.
Yes, they do, Jack, because this team is on track to win it all this year.
Every day, Mercy's team is ready to take care of yours, bringing you the care you need now. Find out all the ways to access Mercy at mercynow.net.
Hey, my name is Roger. I'm the middle school pastor over here at FBC Lebanon. Are you looking for an environment for your middle schooler or high schooler that is both engaging and fun? At Team FBC students, we offer an experience for 6th through 12th grade that is sure to be the highlight of their week. With 2 separate environments for both middle school and high school, students are able to receive a Jesus-centered message that is specifically catered to where they are at in life. So again, we are Team FBC. We're located at 311 North Madison in Lebanon. We're the church with the castle. Our services begin.
First play of the fourth quarter. Nice pass deflection there by J.C. Wells, the new cornerback into the game for Lebanon. So the sophomore or junior cornerback rather, J.C. Wells, coming in and making an impact right away. He had that deflection at the end of the third quarter that the Liberator came under and caught, but nice job there for him to have a pass deflection in the end zone. 2nd down and 10 now for Bolivar. Durham fakes the handoff and rolls out to his left and tries another deep pass into the corner, and this time it is picked off by Bowling. Nice instincts there by Bowling. Drew read that the whole way and kind of just jumped that ball, or jumped the route rather, and came down with the ball. So nice job there by the senior captain. And there's the Lebanon coaching staff again above us with the floor shaking. as Gunnar Williams comes off to the field and is limping and on the bench now, so that'll be something to monitor as the week goes on. Clock running now in the fourth quarter, Lebanon up 49-6 over the Liberators. Bowling's been a mainstay on both sides of the ball, obviously having a big night rushing the ball, but then for him to be able to jump up and make that play shows off his athleticism as well. First down now is Gavin Smith in the offense still out there, and they hand it off to Jacks up the middle, and he gets about 3 or 4.
Yeah, really another huge game for Lebanon on both sides of the ball as it's been all year. Forcing more turnovers tonight, had 2 possessions in a row now after that fumble recovery and now interception on the most recent one. Causing turnovers and keeping the opponents out of the end zone. Just can't say enough. That defense has been stout from the get-go.
So if Lebanon didn't catch your attention last week in the Ozark Conference with a 34-0 win over Kickapoo, surely they've got your attention tonight up 49-6 on the Liberators here between 2 state-ranked teams, as Bowling again is thrown out of bounds late, and that will be a late hit out of bounds and tack on 15 for the Yellow Jackets. But I think there might have been another flag near the original line of scrimmage as well, so might be offsetting here. We'll see what the ref decides to call. This is the risk you kind of take, though, leaving your starters out there, as Bowling now exits the game after kind of a late hit out of bounds, and Evan Ogle will check in for him. Looks like Rudy Zavalos will also come in for Abe Allen, and might be the end of the night for most of the starters. Because you don't want to see anybody get hurt ever, but up 49-6, there's really no reason to have your starters still out there.
Right, of course they want to finish the game strong, but like you said, you just want to avoid some injuries, keep key guys from getting hurt.
Looks like offsetting penalties, both personal fouls. One was a trip against the Yellow Jackets and then a late hit out of bounds on the Liberators, so those penalties should offset. And we should probably just replay the down if I had to guess. Lebanon on the road next week, and we'll have our stream from Pulaski County as the Yellow Jackets take on the Waynesville Tigers. Pregame show next Friday will start at 4 o'clock and broadcast starting somewhere around 6:40. Not sure what's going on here. The refs are counting the penalty yards off. And Lebanon will have 2nd down and 1 now. Smith still out there at quarterback for the Yellow Jackets as he takes the handoff, and believe that was, couldn't tell what number got the handoff there for the Yellow Jackets, but nonetheless a Farm Bureau first down, and that is sophomore Braden Christian picking up the first down there for Lebanon. I think with that McKinney injury, Garrett, normally Weston plays backup quarterback, and Gavin's going to have to stay out there a little bit longer tonight. First down and 10 for Lebanon, as Braden Christian, Rudy Zavalos, and Evan Ogle will be the new backfield for LHS. Now it's another handoff to Braden Christian up the middle, and he bullies his way forward for about 6 yards there.
Yeah, I noticed Weston has donned the crutches on the sidelines, hoping for the best there, of course. Hopefully a quick recovery and hopefully nothing too severe.
And Gunnar Williams continues to get worked on the Lebanon sideline as well. So 49-6 score right now for the Yellow Jackets, but obviously a little bit of concern on the injury front moving forward with those two guys. Second down, another handoff to, I believe that was Carson Hill that time, who came in for Christian and got met immediately at the line of scrimmage by Bolivar, and it will bring up a third down and about 2. So another week, another night of Lebanon backups checking into the game, and so far we haven't got to see all 4 quarters of Lebanon football yet this year. With starters anyways, I guess I should say. Third down and 1 as Lebanon breaks the huddle. Most of the starting offensive line still out there for the Yellow Jackets. Lebanon playing without Cameron Myers tonight. The normal starting left guard for the Yellow Jackets is that 3rd and 1 carry. And Hill is met in the backfield. As nice play there by number 3, Connor Neal, on the stop, and Lebanon will face their first 4th down of the night.
Now, Weston's a typical punter, right? So it will be interesting.
Yeah, nice stat there from Garrett that McKinney is normally the punter. I wonder if they would probably trust Rhodes enough to send a punt off if they needed it, but might be one of those plays where Christian runs this down to about 1 second, calls a timeout, and thinks about it for a little bit longer. As now number 10, Brody Shoemaker, checks in at quarterback, and Gavin Smith's night is finished after a career night for Gavin football. 4 rushing touchdowns, a passing touchdown, and kind of what the doctor ordered for number 2 tonight. Lebanon calls timeout. See what they decide to call. We'll stick around here as Lebanon up 49-6 over the Liberators with just about 6.5 minutes to go. Now some of the starting offensive line being replaced as Caden Crabtree, the center, comes out of the game. And the JV players getting some valuable minutes tonight for the Yellow Jackets. And speaking of the sub-varsity players, the Lebanon freshman team defeated Kickapoo on Monday by a score of 22-14, with the JV team defeating Kickapoo at home 41-13. So 2 sub-varsity wins for the Yellow Jackets, and both the JV and freshman programs have been off to a phenomenal start this year as well. Looks like the Yellow Jackets will line up to go for it. Brody Shoemaker, the sophomore, under center. Shoemaker calls his own number and goes up the middle. Nice run there by Brody Shoemaker, who gets a Farm Bureau first down and needed about 1 and picked up about 14 there. So nice run there by the sophomore, and Lebanon keeps that clock rolling. Again, want to take time to thank our camera producer, Austin Shoemaker, video producer with Nick Morse running the scoreboard tonight, Garrett Brown, my color commentator, as it takes a village to be able to produce a high-quality stream like this, and wouldn't be able to do it without their helps week in and week out, as Yellow Jackets 1st and 10 now from the Bolivar 43-yard line. Nice little extra effort there by Carson Hill, and he gets up after about a gain of 6, but those were 6 hard-fought yards there for Hill.
Yeah, really tough run there. Keeping the legs churning, getting yards after contact, as most of the Yellow Jackets have all night.
Shoemaker gets the play from offensive coordinator Brian Summer, as I want to take this time to thank our everybody who's been watching, chiming in the chat. Another successful stream so far this week, and really appreciate all the viewers. Make sure, if you haven't already, to like the video and subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. Shoemaker, second down snap, he takes it, and it's kind of thrown down there by a Bolivar defender. I think that was Drake Durham who made the tackle in the backfield for the Liberators. Those yellow jerseys on those white numbers are hard to see from up here, Garrett, and obviously the Lebanon press box windows are tinted, so it makes it even a little bit more challenging.
No doubt.
Third down and 6 now for Lebanon, as Bodie O'Neill checks into the game for LHS. Zavalos in motion, and it's a hard count by Lebanon and Brody Shoemaker. Looks like it doesn't matter who's out there at quarterback, Garrett, that hard count.
Oh, yeah, very effective.
A thing of beauty for this Lebanon offense. So Yellow Jackets will improve to 4-0 and likely see themselves shoot up a little bit on the state rankings for Missouri Class 5, while the Liberators will drop to 3-1 and have to face some adversity after a tough night here in Laclede County as the clock goes under 4 minutes, and the Yellow Jackets will just need a couple of first downs to run this thing out. 3rd down and inches as the Shoemaker turns to his left and hands off to Hill. And looks like the refs are going to mark him short. I thought he got it on the initial carry there, but Bolivar might have pushed him back enough to force another 4th down here for the Yellow Jackets.
On the 34-yard line, 4th down and 1.
4th down and 1 as Brody Shoemaker into the game at quarterback for Lebanon, and it's a quarterback sneak by Shoemaker, and he pushes his way forward for about a gain of 2 there, and a nice effort there by the sophomore quarterback to gain the needed yardage as number 15 Fidel Castro checks in for the first time for LHS tonight. I know our video producer, Austin Shoemaker, a Philadelphia Eagles fan, so every time he sees that quarterback sneak, it's got to remind him of that Jalen Hurts quarterback sneaks that the Eagles like to run. A nice job there by Shoemaker to have the extra effort to gain the first down. Hand off to Carson Hill up the middle, and he's able to fight his way forward for about a gain of 2 or 3 there, as now Lebanon will need just 1 first down, and then we will get a victory formation for the Yellow Jackets. Like we said last week on the stream, Garrett, we love kneeling on this program.
Oh, yeah. Whenever there's an opportunity to state rank matchup and pull out this big of a win, it's a huge night, a statement night for the Yellow Jackets.
Southern Heights Christian Church checking into the stream with a Let's Go Brody, so support there for the sophomore quarterback, Brody Shoemaker. Both times he's came in this season, he's ran the offense effectively for the varsity team, and now it's a counter to Evan Ogle, and he goes down the left sideline and gets into the end zone. So the scoring not quite done yet as sophomore Evan Ogle on the counter, and that one is for our buddy Mike Flanders in Miami. Been waiting to call a counter for a big play tonight, and right there, Evan Ogle into the end zone for his first varsity touchdown. So congratulations to Evan Ogle. Nice job up front there by the Lebanon offensive line to make that happen. Lebanon having a hard time getting everyone out there on the extra point unit. Missing the long snapper, so kind of an important position you need out there as Rhett Rhodes sends the extra point through the uprights, and that will put an exclamation point on this game. Lebanon with a 56-6 lead at Jacket Stadium. All Lebanon tonight, and we will take a quick commercial break and be right back after this.
Losing a loved one is painful, but at Shadle's Colonial Chapel, we make the hard times a little easier to bear. With affordable funeral and cremation services, we offer 2 spacious chapels, a full-service banquet area for families to gather, plus the latest technology for honoring your loved one. Our website has everything you need, from pre-arrangements to flowers, even a place to reminisce. Let us help you remember your loved one. Shadle's Colonial Funeral Chapel, the area's most often selected funeral service.
Lebanon up 56-6 here as Rhett Rhodes set to kick off for the Yellow Jackets. Another fake reverse there by Gardner Casey, and he goes down the left sideline and crosses the 40-yard line and gets tackled at about the 45, but flag there will bring that return back a little bit. Holding against the Liberators, and just got a stat update from Shane Etzen in the press box that Lebanon has outscored their opponents this year 202-13. So pretty impressive when you put it like that, Garrett. Especially when you've faced a Class 6 school, and then you've also faced a 3-0 undefeated state-ranked team.
And is 56 their magic number at home? I think every game has been 56.
About 56, yeah. I'm trying to, 50. You're right. So first, Lebanon, if they get to 56, just know the game is probably over. And now first down as Bolivar drops back to pass and taken down in the backfield, I believe, there by a Lebanon defender. And I believe that was sophomore Jake Redman who logs his first varsity sack. So nice job there by Jake Redman to get that sack. 1 minute to play here at Jacket Stadium. As we mentioned earlier, Lebanon will be off to Waynesville next Friday night to take on the Tigers, as that pass is completed on the right sideline for about a gain of 9. Push out of bounds there by Rudy Zavalos. Third down and 2 now. The snap to Durham, and he drops back to pass, scrambles to his left, and throws across the middle of the field. Nice catch there by Evan Nichols, and he gets tackled at the 50-yard line. For some reason the clock is stopped now, and penalty against the Yellow Jackets will give Bolivar an extra 15 yards. So if there was any questions about whether or not Lebanon and this 3-0 record's legit, I think they answered any questions here tonight, Garrett.
Absolutely, answered the bell. Really, like I said, just that one drive. Bolivar gaining some ground here as well, but
the only time that Bolivar's really gained ground is
right there.
Right there, and on penalties is that.
Yeah.
As that connection there from Durham to, I believe that was number 1, Jason Wilkinson, is good for a Liberator touchdown in garbage time. So Bolivar will add a few extra points to their total tonight, but nonetheless, ignored that garbage time touchdown. Lebanon was dominant for all 4 quarters here tonight. Jordan Burke on to attempt the extra point here for Bolivar. You gotta love that, Garrett. Up 56-12, and the LHS band still here and trying to cause a distraction on the extra point. So you gotta love the school spirit there by the band, and obviously Aaron Stewart does a great job with the LHS marching band and the LHS cheerleaders, Alexis Cruz, as well as the color guard and the dream team as well. So it takes a village to put on a Friday night production, and obviously couldn't do it without these guys next to me. Austin Shoemaker, our video producer, Nick Morris, the scoreboard producer tonight, and Garrett Brown, our color commentator. Big thanks to those guys. If you see them around town, let them know how good of a job that they're doing, because they are instrumental to this stream and do a great job. So 10 seconds remain on the clock, and Lebanon will send their kickoff return team out there, and hopefully this game will end on the kickoff. the kickoff. Lebanon wasn't broken out of the huddle yet as Bolivar sends it, and the ball bounces at about the 1 yard line. So that could have been disastrous for the Yellow Jackets, and I'm not sure the Lebanon coaching staff is going to take too kindly to that. As the clock at 7 seconds now, Bolivar kicked off with the Yellow Jackets still in the huddle and almost were able to recover it there for a touchdown.
Yeah, nearly.
Lebanon will not be able to take a knee here either on the 1 yard line, so Shoemaker will take it and probably just do a little bit of a quarterback sneak. As nice job there by the Lebanon offensive line to push forward, and time will run out as the Yellow Jackets move to 4-0 on the season. It is a final score of Lebanon 56 and Bolivar 13. So Yellow Jackets move to 4-0 and will travel to Waynesville next Friday night. (56-13) your final score from Jacket Stadium. All Lebanon from the get-go tonight, and Yellow Jackets will have sole possession of the Ozark Conference and remain at the top of the Class 5 District 6 standings as this season progresses. And we will have our little bit of a scoring recap when we come back, and then we will meet with Lebanon head football coach Will Christian after he gets done talking with the media, with Kevin Stubblefield to my left, and then he will come talk to us. So make sure that you stick around and listen to what head coach Will Christian has to say about the dominant victory tonight. For Austin Shoemaker, Garrett Brown, Nick Morris, I'm Alex Boyer. We will be back on the postgame show in just a few minutes. You're watching Jacket Nation Sports on YouTube. Back here on the Jacket Nation Sports Postgame Show, I'm joined by Lebanon head football coach Will Christian. Coach, congratulations on the win tonight. An absolute dominant game from your team. I think if there were any questions about your team's legitimacy coming into tonight, I think some of those doubts have been washed away a little bit.
Really proud of our kids, our coaching staff. Coming off of a big win last week. One of the big tests is, can you mentally get yourself in a spot where you can compete? And I thought that our kids did a tremendous job of putting away last week and being mentally prepared, mentally ready to go. And I thought we played with a chip on our shoulder tonight because our opponent, they came in and, they wanted to take it to us. They wanted to win the physicality game tonight, and we rose up and certainly without any question took care of business in that regard.
A little chippy game between both sides tonight, but like you said, two physical teams going at it, you're going to have that. But what did you tell your team in the locker room at halftime after a few unsportsmanlike penalties there in that second quarter?
Yeah, we got to be disciplined, and certainly, potentially we weren't enough early. We'll have to learn from that and get better, but you have to maintain composure. The big thing I always tell them is, look, guys, we got a bigger picture here. We're trying to win a championship, and it's about the next play, and the one that just happened, you need to go back to the huddle and get prepared for the next one. It always blows me away in the sport of football when players retaliate in that format, because I get to at the next play I get to hit you. I've never understood that. So we do got to play a little bit more discipline, Alex, than we did in that regard. But it was a hard fought, physical, chippy game, and this is a rivalry game now. It's one of the reasons I like Bolivar Lebanon is, you got a couple of schools we're close, and it's going to be a rivalry. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, two schools that grind and have a lot of kids that work hard in the weight room, and but obviously, it's good to see Gavin Smith have that type of game for you tonight. Your senior quarterback captain, for him to show out in front of the home fans, always good to see Gavin get going.
Yeah, Gavin responded really well to a tough week at practice. And I thought that he distributed the football tremendously. Thought he ran the football well, threw it well. It all starts at quarterback. Obviously, our offensive line is the foundation, and truly it all starts there. But the quarterback position is vital. And I said this on the radio show. A lot of people might think that, flexbone offense, run-based offense, the quarterback position is not that hard, or as hard as a spread offense. But what I will tell you is it's harder, because our quarterback in the flex bone is closer to the line of scrimmage. Things happen faster, and they got to make decisions in a very quick amount of time. And Gavin is doing a tremendous job and has now for almost a year and a half.
No doubt about it, Coach. Thanks for the win. We'll talk to you next week on the pregame show.
All right, thank you, sir.
That was Lebanon head coach Will Christian joining us on the Jacket Nation Sports postgame show, and that will wrap things up from Jacket Stadium as Lebanon comes out victorious with a 56-13 win over the Bolivar Liberators. Want to take time to thank our primary sponsors of the stream, Heritage Bank of the Ozarks, Jonesy's Travel Center, Missouri Cooperage, Shadles Colonial Chapel, Results Advertising, and Mercy Hospital Lebanon. So Lebanon will be on the road next week to face Waynesville, and I'm Alex Boyer for Jacket Nation Sports. Good night from Yellow Jacket Stadium.